Gonna find Bolu, but does get hit markers by Jez. Going up against, they're now all tied up. 1-1. Theo is going to get taken down by Jazz. You can now see Jazz pushing up towards the B flag. Rock that 35 round. Meet we have Vague pushing up incredibly far, but this should be a free kill for Theo. Sure enough, with the push from the backside, finds Jazz.
Licença, Tocinha! Pofo! Botão no cofrinho do Limes! Pofo pra cima do Delzinho! Double pofo do craque! Faz clipe aí, meu chat! Você tá no YouTube, faz o clipe da jogada! Tomara tá!
Um som morto.
Vou cravar cima, crava esquerda.
Tem um, só tem real. Vai ter mais um.
Aí tem que botar
Pode ver agora, calma,
Nossa!
And we've got two players left to deal with. FN 420. Oh my god, Lucky, what the hell was that? Count them out. Can't do it. Lucky is Dark Wizard. You're the only hope here, Dark Wizard. Oh my god. We've got a 2v5 that is a reality. Lydia looking for the shots. Lydia's gonna round the corner. Lydia finds one. Lydia just needs to find Lucky. Doesn't happen. We're going to another round. The most at the moment finds another one. Just an absolute demon. Moving quick in with the side of Nova. Dave, you're doing it.
People see, there is one A now.
Oh my, Chris, he's all one more. Where you at, homie? I know you're in a difficult side of this area, but right now you're with an 80 with close. Lucky, get headshot. Costco, you the smoke. Get it too, homie. We got a 1v1.
Oh my goodness, Iona! Bro, watch.
Extend was left alive. Now it's Iona looking to make
Yo, this girl's dirty! Aggressively push up to this degree. Lydia's able to find one. Artem Misa coming through. What's that? Is that the kilo? Whoa! Artem Misa, the Damascus kilo. Oh, Kells. Finds one, is looking for two, but Artem Misa. Yo, this girl kinda nuts with the kilo, bro. I have been. down herself on that Sparrow shot. But the Angels do maintain this P3. Oh, Briggs stop! Well, it was looking good for a minute there, Verdict, at the beginning of this round, but it has quickly gone in. I think you're right on the money. The arrow is pushed back up, finds 2 in the feed to start things off. Those double kills are worth a ton of points, let alone you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello! Hello, Wisconsin! No, I'm just kidding. God, hey, bro, what was that?
Are you running an ad for? I'm confused.
No, I told you we're gonna be live in like
This is
3,
going live.
2, and you were just like, hello,
All right, ladies and
hello.
Welcome back to Mobile Mayhem. I'm not
Oh,
gonna lie,
boy.
that was a little scuff on my part. I was so confused for a second. Hey, so it's been a while, all right? I feel like I've done
He's
this
a
in
little
while.
rusty, Chad. Let's let
I'm
him
a little
be.
rusty. I literally was here yesterday. Last week. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mobile Mayhem Winter 2023. It is today the quarterfinals. I'm your host, D Hitman, and I'm joined by 2 lovely casters in Verdict and Gilmania. How you guys doing today?
I'm doing great. I think that ENA is going to be such a spectacular show, and it's already starting off on the right foot. We've got 2 banger of matchups, and I'm just excited to get this thing on, man. Let's get North America off on the right foot. Gil, what do you say?
Oh man, you know, I feel like there's a lot for the players. It feels like we just barely starting with the season, but in reality, we're nearly done with it all, and I couldn't be more happy to start already here on the playoffs, and hopefully we start on a right note.
Yeah, today we got 2 games, 4 teams playing out in the quarterfinals. For our first game, it's going to be XI versus Fierce, as well as Seminole versus Team 11. But let's talk about our first game, which is going to be XI versus Team Fierce. This should be a pretty good one. Fierce actually upsetted Luminosity last week 2-1. However, the last time that XI faced Fierce, they were the team that came out victorious. So today should be a very interesting game. Do you agree with me, Verdict?
Yeah, I have to agree. I think in regular season, there's a lot of things that are just kind of like being worked out and figured out before we get to the playoffs. Obviously, they did the right job of getting to where we are today. And a best of 5, anything can happen. You know, a lot of these teams who haven't been in positions where they're playing in major moments, Teabag's one of those players. I believe Code played last year, so... Lethal for this roster is, I think that's the only 2 that haven't been in major moments. Best of 5s are like a true testament of what you're made of as a player, and who is more resilient is going to stand out, and they're clearly going to be moving on.
Yeah, totally agree. This is going to be interesting compared to regular season, which is best of 3. Today we got best of 5. So let's actually talk about the matchup and talk about basically the maps that we're going to be playing on. Gil, start it off and tell us about the first map that we're playing on.
Absolutely. Well, we're gonna start off by watching some good old Hardpoint on Takeoff, and moving on to Search and Destroy on Raid, a third one off Control on Hacienda, game number 4 of Hardpoint on Firing Range, and a potential 5th game of Search and Destroy on Slums. The bans coming down from the side of Fierce, it was Standoff, while XI opted to ban Summit. So those are going to be the maps that we're going to see in between these two teams.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting, especially like we mentioned, this is best of 5. It's going to be fairly different when you talk about kind of like having the extra hardpoint and S&D for game 4 and game 5. So for teams that can be potentially stronger in S&D, they have a chance to come back, or even better, teams who are really strong in respawn might have an advantage. Verdict, we're going to get into the game very shortly, but tell me what is your prediction for this game?
This is going to be a tough one. Centurion came through and just snagged some series we didn't think they had any business winning. But ultimately, I think at the end of the day, you know, even having the upper hand of having the regular season victory over the side of Fierce, I think Fierce is in prime form right now. And I don't think that Centurion is going to be, stopping them anytime soon. I think they put up a fight. I think it's going to be close, but I still have to give the the advantage to Fierce.
What's the score for you?
3-1. 3-1.
3-1? Okay, that's a good one. What about you, Gil? What do you think?
Well, with the side of Vexai being a bit more inconsistent and Fierce being a team that has come down from very little at the beginning of the season and then ending on a super high note, I would say that there's a chance of us to see a victory in favor of Fierce. But if we say Centurion being capable of playing their cards right on Hardpoint particularly, I feel like we could go all the way down to a game 5 for us to get a winner here.
So you're going to go 3-2 for the likes of Fierce. Listen, you know, I got the curse. Whatever team I root for are always the opposite that wins. I'm not going to do it this time. There's no way I'm going to... I'm not going to root against Space, right? There's no way. He's a boy. He's a homie, Roballo as well. So I'm going to have to go with Fierce. But I do like 3-2 as well. I was going to go 3-0, but I think XI has got some really good players. Man, we're surprised with XI coming in from the qualifiers and being able to dominate as well as they have. But again, they have some players that we've seen play fairly well. So, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we should be getting started fairly shortly. But any last notes you guys want to talk about before we get into this first game? First game, takeoff, Hardpoint.
I think the great, research was done on the map bands. The standoff not being played in map number 1 was Fierce's off to the start. A great one. Obviously, we've seen this team put up hella numbers, but Hitman, it looks like we are going to be jumping into the game. What are your thoughts as you're going in? Are you still sticking with Fierce?
I'm still sticking with Fierce. I'm going to go Fierce. I'm going to go 3-2. So, ladies and gentlemen, looks like the game is starting. I'm going to leave these wonderful casters to do their jobs, and I'll see you guys after this game.
All right, here it goes, Gil. We're set for game number 1 of our first series of the night. Winner of this series, obviously not winning anything but a chance to continue the fight on. Right now, it's the winners of P1 Space. I talked to him earlier, bro. He said he loves this gun. This 117 is certainly going to be used. Just a fun way to start the series off to see him using that holiday skin. Obviously, he picks up a few off the bat with it now as we start to see P1 come unraveled. Does look like a lot of contesting going on, but it is going to be the side of Fierce with a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, when I saw for the first time on Twitter that he was using the AK-117, I want to say that I was surprised, but at the same time, I feel like it's definitely always been a good weapon, but it's never, to my opinion, been the best one. Maybe at this point, Space has gotten used to the fact that it is on the slower side when it comes down to aiming, but once you do begin to shoot at the opponents at a distance, you can definitely laser with it, and I think that's something that Space can really heavily take advantage of, right? He's been a player, an SKS player for the longest time that, of course, is no longer available, so him now playing with a weapon like the 117 definitely makes sense to me. And, well, I'm intrigued to see if he's gonna have those crazy numbers that he had last week. I think he had like a 40-plus bomb against Luminosity, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He had a frag fest of a game. He fried, and the control was just the same, right? He had a ton of upsets coming through in that one. Obviously, it was a 2-1 victory in favor of the side of Fierce right now. They are taking every bit of an advantage here in their opening beginning. This is a takeoff map that we haven't seen too much of this season. Obviously, Fierce felt very comfortable playing this one as well. Centurion getting to choose the map side, not necessarily the map pick. Right now, they're getting outplayed. The top side of the staircase, only 20 seconds left to go. Only 4 points picked up so far. And we talked about curveballs being thrown. Right now, it is more than a curveball. This is knuckleballs. Everything's been thrown out. Takeoff just not faring well here for the side of Centurion, who are just getting plowed through now. As you start to see the P3 rotation, here comes the streaks. It is going to be good for the 3-piece, or 2-piece rather. And Centurion need a big investment on this rotation. You can already see CODM's already there with it. He's going to find the 2-piece, and just like that, the new rotation is going to be spoiled. The setup, not there anymore. And Fierce are running away with this lead.
I mean, at this point, the side of XI are just throwing player after player after player on a mission, and said mission is completely destroyed by the opponents. They have not been able to barely get any sort of control right now. Lost is going to pop that attack 5. That is going to allow them to survive for a little bit longer, but not for too much. There's going to be the double kill for Revival, then the usage of the claw in the hands of Rehan, who finds that kill onto Reckless at a distance. A little bit of spray and pray getting killed from the back by Lethal, but I definitely feel like the side of Fierce starting on the right track here. Rehan trying to clear the path. No, Legacy is going to say no to that. Trying to survive here. Gonna have the pressure of 3 players at once. So that is just going to be completely unbearable for him. The spawns, though, are going to allow him to get a couple extra kills, a couple extra of paths that he can take and allow the team to find a way to get inside. They're going to be there first, and they are now the ones, quote-unquote, with things under control. But let's see for how long that's going to last. The only one inside of the kill are Lethal alongside with, I think that was Veteran. Veteran going to begin to use the claw. The push is going to be there. Veteran trying to defend, going to find the first one. He knows that they're going to be trying to get inside. Right now, the spray through the doors is not going to let him be saved. Face here. I was saying the whole the 117 tends to be slower to aim with, but when you have the game sense that Space is playing with, it almost has no effect, because the second he goes through a door, he already knows where the opponent is gonna be at, and he just wins those.
Yeah, he wins those. Teabag winning 5 out of 6 gunshots. He gets out of that ante. Locking down the perimeter, even through the smoke, he was able to track a few. Right now, we're getting ready for a P1 setup. It is a 100-point club. Well, I'm not saying 100-point club are going to be reached. It's 133 to 33. Right now, it's lots and not a lot. Fierce putting a smackdown on, and clinical performance in all 4 of the first sets of hills. We'll see if they can get the P1 setup now under control. It's going to be Lossy. He's been leading the team, but man, he's going to need some contributions from everybody else. Reckless with 10 as well as Veteran and Legacy as well. Light now, take a look at the post or the scorecard here. Reckless not necessarily having the best game possible, and neither is Veteran. And Veteran has been known to pop off here in Hardpoint. As a matter of fact, he leads his team by a mile in KD. Right now, it's not the case. It is Losty who is on the only one with a positive KD. Fierce are just letting him brutally have it now. 30 seconds into the objective, starting to see a little bit of a fight back, but it's at the expense of popping some TAC 5s. Never want to see these out in the open. And Rehan says, I don't care if you got TAC 5 or not. I'm getting these kills. As he does find 2 in the feed. And just like that, it is going to be a break right back in favor of the side of, not Fierce, this time it's Centurion.
Yeah, actually getting to find some control, but not for too long. They're going to be killed out of that control. 13 more seconds that are starting to be taken by Rehan. A kill by Lusty will once again prevent that from being the case, and Veteran could even try to spot those extra swap time seconds. Not really for free, as there was space to prevent that, but Verdict, this 100 points gap has been here to stay. The side of Fierce continuously making sure that he's just in their way. The only one alive was Reckless, gonna be quickly destroyed back into the hands of Fierce. On top of that, the tag fight was caught by Space. A lot of nades are gonna be thrown his way, and through the walls he's gonna be spotted, but it's still not gonna be enough. Veteran is the next one to try to get inside here with the CBR. The push is gonna be there, but the opportunity is quickly overcome by T-Bag. The Purifier is gonna be heavy hitting for Legacy. The trip is going immediately his way, and well, that is definitely gonna allow XI to try to secure a good chunk of time for himself. He knows that they're gonna be coming through that door and doing an outstanding job. That was like 6 or 7 kills with it. So Legacy really well played. On top of that, a few streaks are gonna be collected to his name, and he played right. Maybe he can try to translate that. No kill with the bread, and was killed in the meantime.
Yeah, that's an L. That's tough, bro. It's like, hey, you're starting to get on a streak. I mean, the EMP doesn't mean much here in Hardpoint. Obviously, anything can go a long distance now as we start to see a little bit of a fight back. 88 to 166, still not made that 100-point club now. we get geared up for the P3 rotation. Secret side spawns are going to be locked down. We're on board with the side of Centurion. Can he hold on for dear life? They're going to need it. We're going to go ahead and buckle up, get our first listen in. This time around, it is going to be with none other than XI.
One tap. Yo, top right now. Watch your stairs.
One more, one top. Good stuff. Yo, medic, what's up?
Bottom right dead.
Nice.
Get that hill, nice. Yo, they might start rotating.
Mid. Blow red, flanking.
Dead.
More blow red, dead.
No, one tap, no. He's watching secret. He's got Annie.
He's top blue, teabag.
Top blue got me. They're spawning, one more spawn medic.
Yeah.
Like,
They got spawns.
Top yellow.
P1, one is P1. P1.
You want that?
Okay, comm checks there. They got a lot of small talk going back and forth. The comms actually electrifying and certainly starting to turn it around, but 30-point disadvantage. You got a full wipe off of Teabag's Annihilator, and he has been golden in the clutch on these opportunities. P4 is open and pop. Nobody there to contest. Veteran trying to get on the objective. It is a sea of yellow on the left-hand side of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting to see a little bit more of a power position here for this Fierce team, which we haven't questioned all game long, but it was definitely needed after those first 3 hills coming in the reset.
Yeah, and right now I gotta say that XI has found a little bit of fresh air for themselves, but still are heavily behind. If you're losing by 100, it is gonna take a long while for you to try to overcome that situation here. Space is gonna defend on his own the entrance of that door, and that's gonna allow even more points to go in favor of Fierce, breaking that 200 points mark. We're going back into P1 reset verdict, and this is do or die situation now for the side of XI. If they want to end up with a dub, if they want to increase their odds of eventually winning this best of 5, it's gotta start here. This hardpoint, it is just so important for the side of XI, and so far they've not made it work their way. In here they're gonna be the ones to have the first initial control of the hill, but let's see for how long Rehan is gonna try to begin the push. No, it's gonna be taken down on the side of yellow. There's space through the wall. Reckless because he's there, tries to go for the 100 kill drone for no reason whatsoever. Could you explain that to me? Why would you?
My space! Yo, what a freak! This guy is just clicking right now. I don't think I've seen him play this peak ever. I've seen him play well with the SKS, but I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Peak space is right now with the 117. He's having fun. He is turning on kids, and he is frying. Let's go ahead and hear what the comm sound light is. They are starting to click here. Might be able to close this one out. Only 35 points needed to do so. Let's go ahead and dive in with the side of Fierce.
Get this crap in every single second.
Yo, take it. He's going next P2.
I'm gonna front.
There's one new.
Top red. No, bottom red. One ticket. Two on the stairs. There's two new heady. There's stock out new. We went off new. We're chilling. One close up, dude. What the fuck? One more. Legacy on new. He's on new. He's looking back. Ticket.
Yeah.
They might be white.
Yeah. Ticket.
I'm hitting it. Break it now. We're chilling.
No, there's a claw on hill.
Claw dead. No, it's burning. He's dead.
They're going hop left.
Vortex, watch out.
There's plenty white.
Yeah, two back TDs on hill.
Purifier jumped down. It's ATM.
There's one.
ATM, yeah.
There's one window.
I got.
All right, comm check in. It's getting heated. It's getting out of hand right now. 22 seconds still needed to close it out. Fierce locked in and loaded. They wanting to close this one out. They wanted all of that scrap time on P1 right now. They can't even get into P2. The lockdown for the operators coming through in clutch. We got ourselves a game now. It's 185 and counting now. 15 seconds left to go. Do you saddle up and go for new, knowing that you can't close it out? Yes, that's, I think, the answer here for the side of Fierce now as they're starting to make that long rotation over. They're giving up a lot of time for free, though.
Yeah, the collective work inside of XI is incredible. And Legacy, Legacy, if you let him cook, he's gonna burn your cheeks in here. Whenever he's using that purifier, he's taking so much value. But in here, as he now begins to use the the Predator missile once again, he's just not having luck with it. But his allies are gonna be there, gonna be inside. Reckless trying to survive, gonna be spotted by Rehan. The pressure continuing to be in favor of Fierce. Rehan gonna find that kill, the control back into their hands. All they need is 15 more seconds on the side of Fierce. They're about to take the dub, but the collective push. There's 3 players trying to get inside. side, Rehan finds one, but not the second.
Look at this.
The retake now in favor of XI, and we got ourselves a fight verdict. This is not even close to being over yet. The fight continues. Reckless from the outskirts trying to defend, and from the inside, a lot of pressure being secured by Veteran. The push is here for Space. Space trying to get inside, gonna be spotted.
Oh, no.
Rivalo with a double.
Oh!
Rivalo with control, not gonna be enough. Double kill for Lusty, but still not gonna be enough. Rehan manages to survive. Only 5
Legacy.
seconds are needed.
This is it. One last push. Lethal, buckle up. The shorty is in hand. The two-piece. Able to keep the dream alive, but he needs to stay on the hill. Can't give up any time. Gets the reload. The rotation. It's there. 2 seconds still needed, but it's going to get chopped down. Lethal finds 2. No, it's just 1. Space shutting him down. Reckless on the outskirts. The hills pop. Players are there. It's all about Space. He's down. He's out. How are they collecting time? Who's there? It's Rehan. Rehan in the corner. 250 to 226. And boy, oh boy, that almost was a comeback, but almost as a count COD Mobile Gil. No, not by a mile. It's either you win them or you don't. 250 to 226. Not going to cut it. Fierce take the advantage here in the hard point. And a banger of a series this is going to be after that one ended. I started a little bit rocky for Centurion. Boy, did they fight back.
Yeah, on the side of Fierce, I feel like they played exactly how they've been playing across the season. They've been doing their own game, but XI, that was the issue, right? I was mentioning how sometimes they tend to be a little bit inconsistent. You said it yourself at the beginning. They struggle, and they struggle hard. 100 points deficit is something really, really hard to come back from. They were close to making it happen, but I feel like the first step to win a game is to prevent yourself from getting so far behind, and unfortunately XI was shot down at the beginning so heavily that when they try to come back, it was just not possible. But I do gotta add that that comeback nearly happened, and really I want to give a little bit of an applause inside of the team of XI because they really put in the effort, but fortunately it was too late. Lusty, man, 51 kills for Lusty. He was trying, man.
He was cooking, bro. That's kind of sucky, right? You got a 50 bomb in your pocket, and the first thing that happens is you got to look at an L. You can't even celebrate that, just like we're not going to celebrate and start this next game because I have to restart my emulator. Okay, admins, do not start the next game. I've got to restart the emulator, but it's kind of like, hey, you know what? You put up all these numbers. Yeah. I even took the look at the hill time. 26 seconds. I kind of get it. Like when you're frying, when you're in the zone, when you're anchoring. I mean, those spawns were always there towards the end of the game, and he started off on a high note. So, at some point, when do you cut off that anchor roll and you jump into the objective and you dive in for a minute? I mean, I get it. You got a Holger. It's not as mobile inside of these objectives that are really like close-knit corners, right? I don't know.
And then you got Legacy. I don't know what kind of deal Legacy made. If he was like, all right, in order for me to fry with a purifier, I'm just gonna miss every single predator,
right? God, 3 of them. Whoa, to be fair, though, let's be fair. Let's be real. The Pred is not a very effective streak on takeoff. All of the points minus P1 is literally inside. So what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to like curve the bullet. I mean, this isn't wanted, bro. This is. I mean, you're not gonna just start hitting. You know, unless you're in the CDL. And I've seen some of those guys play rank. They play a different game, bro. They will literally ride the Pred, the cruise missile, all the way around the map until it almost burns out of gas, and then they'll hit the building, and the freaking missile is level, parallel to the ground. I don't know how they do it, bro. They're just built different. I don't think that's possible in COD Mobile.
It is. Unfortunately, I don't think so either.
Yeah. Well, just saw it.
It is what it is.
I just saw the most recent message. It's Father Verdict and Jesus himself. you guys just aren't cutting us any breaks, are we? No chill here, huh?
I did. I just saw that as well. Anyway, let's get to game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. We previously said it is going to be some Search and Destroy on raid action, so buckle up. We already got a 1-0 lead in favor of Fierce, which I definitely feel like it's bad news for XI. So they 100% need to win this game, or This might end up quicker than what I was anticipating in here. A few kills are going to be traded. Lost it, took a kill, but took a bullet to the chest as well. Now CODM going to push forward into the kitchen, finds the knock onto Reckless. In the meantime, Rivaldo taking a huge chunk of damage, but doesn't matter too much. CODM now finds the double. Veteran barely surviving an interaction himself. It's a 4 versus 2. They're going to put a lot of pressure onto Veteran, and Rivaldo going to finish him off. Legacy on his own, 1v4. I was talking about how important this game was going to be, and, well, it's only about one, but a huge misstep for them.
Yeah, a huge misstep. That was a bad ego shell right there. Rivaldo on a nasty heady. You weren't peeling him off that, and on top of it, you went very, healed up a regen afterwards, Veteran. Now, puts the bomb in a very awkward position and leaves Legacy in a damn near impossible scenario himself. Does bite the bullet eventually. 1-0 lead in favor of the defense. So, got to commend the side of Fierce. They came out swinging. They find almost 3 instantly, leaving Veteran and Legacy all by themselves. So they cornered Veteran. All of his loss was Legacy. Now, payoff round. We're looking at hit over towards the A side. Everyone is invested. Space is the only player here defending. Can he hold off the push? Can't find a single, and that's 2 in the feed. They're going to go ahead and opt this bomb plan to go along with it. Space does find 1 post-mortem with a nade. How the hell did he even get that to land? Reckless drops right on the inside, but job's been done. 40 seconds on the clock now. The 3v4 retake. It's got to be a clean one.
It's down. 30 seconds left, and he tricked us to what the side of Fierce will try to do. CODM with a knock onto Legacy. Immediately tries to go for more, but he was already with a bounty to his head. Lethal then with a sniper shot onto T-Bag. There's only so little time for Rivaldo to play with that. This round is already over. The second he tries to go for the desperate play, they went deep on that damage onto him. They're gonna tie it up. And, well, it seems like first round was, like we mentioned, a bit of a misstep. They're still in here to fight. Let's see. You know, those 3 kills for Veteran came in really, really important on that round up. But it's only just the beginning, so let's continue to see now the defense on the side of the courtyard. There's Space with a sniper shot onto Reckless, goes for the double, but Veteran's gonna say no to that. Lethal then continues with the action onto Rivaldo. Lost it to follow through by knocking CODM, just ramming like a truck onto a building, destroying whatever soul is in their way. Xi are gonna clean the path and brute force their way into planting the bomb. T-Bag now on his own, 1v4, gonna miss that shot, but Lethal will not. Through the wall, finds the double. That was 3 kills for Lethal that round. And that's another point going in favor of Xi. Verdict, that was a really, really good round for Xi.
Great round, 2 rounds to be exact. Obviously, we're starting to see a little bit of a comeback, a little spark of flare. Maybe that first round was a mishap. Maybe it was well calculated for the defense. Who knows? We'll see what the payoff round brings. T-Bag, open up first blood. Veterans drop as a big frag that you do not have access to anymore. Lethal still trying to hold down the fort, but Rivaldo adding more insults to injury. Code's going to get dropped, but T-Bag's there for the trades and numbers. Favoring the side of the defense, just like we saw in the first round. It's all on Legacy. Able to round the corner and get 1, but for how long can he continue to gun? Not for too much longer. Rehan's there to quickly clean this one up, and before it can get out of hand, we're all tied back up. So 2 for 2 we've gone. A little bit of a misstep, maybe. Obviously, this is where things go wrong here for this team. We saw the first round, it was like a split push towards A. The players in mid kind of sold the bag, and anything that goes near B is dead. And you can thank T-Bag and you can thank CODM for that.
Ooh, CODM, a lot of aggression through the middle, doing a lot of damage, but doesn't find the kill. Rehan, though, finds a knock with that Fennec and then gets spotted by Reckless. CODM with the opportunity to find a kill onto Legacy, but will not follow through with the last bullet needed to get that kill to his name. Now going down all the way to enemy spawn. There's T-Bag, who they have no clue that he's in here. T-Bag with the perfect opportunity to find a kill or 2 will find Lusty and makes the call out. Guys, he's going into the kitchen, so be ready. And Rivaldo was definitely ready for that. The call out was perfect. Reckless now in a 1v4 will be one-shotted by Space with a pistol. Doesn't matter if it's a sniper, if it's the 117, the SKS, or a pistol. This guy can one-shot it with everything. Jesus Christ, the aim from Space, man, I'm telling you.
Yeah. This has got to be like one of his best seasons. I don't know what it is. It's certainly not meta induced. It's certainly just player related. Right now, he has been on his game or on his point of view as well. Looking for the push through. Rehan is his only lifeline. Able to find one for the trade. Able to find two before he goes, but the trades are in. 2-for-2 style. They cleared off the A site. Recipe for success is getting this bomb down. Rapallo up top trying to stop it at all costs. Lethal shutting down Cody to the flip side, and the bomb is going to go down. Losty going to be able to shut down Rapallo up top, and it's all on Teabag. 1v2 style, 40 seconds. This one is clinical. You get the bomb down over at the A site, you get it cleared, you get the plant down, and this is where success has been for the side of Centurion. But Teabag looking to spoil that this time around. Legacy and Losty looking to make sure that this thing is tied before we flip sides. The push going to be shut down. He's only coming from the front. Losty there for support. Legacy's going to clean it up. We're tied before we get the flip. 3-for-3. Gil. Man, these have been some very spicy rounds. As a matter of fact, I still have no idea what's going to happen. We're going to flip sides here. This was a map that was picked by Centurion, but it's being played equally well by the opposing team.
Absolutely. And, well, Centurion need to not only play it right, but need to play it better than the opponents if they want to continue to be having a controlled situation against the opponents here on the quarterfinals. I want to go with Veteran because he's in a spot where he can find a kill quite soon if he decides to go forward. That's exactly what Losty is doing as well. Losty with a kill into space. Losty looking to find some more. Losty with the double. I'm telling you, man, but gets spotted by Revalo. The call out is going to be made for Veteran. That Revalo is in the vicinity, but not going to be spotted just yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, 2-for-2 trade. 3 versus 3 about to unfold. The bomb is on the ground. Let's see how T-Bag tries to recover control over it. Goes for the kill. Finds the double.
Dang.
Oh my god, Legacy was just not ready for what was coming his way. And now Reckless all of a sudden on his own in a 1v3.
I didn't see that one from T-Bag's point of view, but I caught it from the receiving end. Or maybe I was watching it from Rapallo's point. I was thinking Rapallo's maybe going to get this first peek, right? T-Bag filling it. He's making the rotation through the call out there. Rapallo going to prevent any kind of casualties now as we flip sides. The first round's going to go in favor of Fierce. Teabag, man, I don't know what you got, bro. You got that dog in you today. Certainly feeling those vibes here in this Search and Destroy so far. We'll see if he can continue to carry it on now as we see the payoff round. Last time, it was imperative that we play for picks off the bat, and I think Teabag's positioning last round kind of indicated that. Right here, Centurion are playing awfully aggressive. And Rehan's going to be able to pick the heads off of Lethal the first blood. So, Veteran there for the quick trade. 1-for-1 we go, but Teabag on the backside on the flank could be a problem if he doesn't go unattended. If he goes unattended for quite longer, we could see Teabag's going to be able to find one, and Veteran was looking for him, homie, but he was all the way up in your spawn site before you even realized it. Teabag is finally going to be taken down. We're going to see this plant over here at the A site as Veteran does take down Teabag. It's 2-for-3 trades. It's going to leave us with 45 seconds on the clock here for the retake. Veteran and Legacy. What do you got in the tank, bro? Do you got anything special? Do you got anything unique? First shot's through. Not there. Codeine right there at the bottom. Is it a bait or is it free kill? Oh, it's bait, homie. You bet it. Both times. The clutch there. Not going to happen. The lead extended. Fierce starting to run away with it, Gil.
Man, it almost hurts to see. Let me tell you, Reckless right now has 1 kill. But I've seen him at least 5 times leave enemies 1 shot. Time after time after time. He's just constantly so close to making a play that would have a huge impact for the squad, but not actually following through with it. And that on the long run is definitely hurting the side of XI, but they cannot do anything else but to continue pushing. Problem is that right now they've lost 2 members already, and they're already losing by 2 rounds space with a sniper shot onto Lethal. Yet again, Legacy and Veteran on their own. Bomb is down. 40 seconds on the clock, ladies and gentlemen, and this round is nearly over. Look at Rehan pushing through doubles into the kitchen. There's 2 players in there, but he has no clue just yet. Gonna find Legacy. The call is gonna be made.
Oh my
know that
god!
Inside. Veteran with a double. Okay, Veteran goes for the triple, but was reloading there. Legacy gets the answer back by eliminating T-Bag, but there's still a 1v2. 20 seconds on the clock. Legacy, if you want to make it happen, you gotta do it right now. No more second chances. No more thinking scenarios for you. You gotta go forward. Problem is that at that distance with a kilo, of course Revalo is gonna take it. He knows it. He has the experience, and he makes it shown in that round. 6-3 verdict. Round number 10. This could be the last one, and could yet again go in favor of Fierce.
Looking pretty dominant ever since we flipped sides. Fierce have been flawless right here. Not a single successful round one here on the defense. Your map selection, you're not making the most of it. As a matter of fact, you're kind of blowing it. Rihan, yet again, opening up with the first bloods. He's looking for more. Wallbangs on the lethal, absolutely crucial. Need a clutch here. The tag on the toe. Gonna leave Reckless one. He's gonna be collected. Losty able to get the trade, but Losty needs to find 2 for it to be all even. Cody says absolutely not. Veteran. The last hope. They've infiltrated this court side. It's all on Veteran. Needs to find 4. He can't find but 1. And we're heading into the control, ladies and gentlemen. 7-3, a very dominant affair after we flip sides. A lopsided one here again. Fierce just really filling the search and destroy. They're going to take another advantage. 2-0 in the series.
And I mean, I don't want to see it too loud. Probably Kenny is listening to us right now, but the second, out of the 3 of us, Burdick, he was the one, I would say the only one that said that he could see a 3-0 victory for Fierce in the near future. But he was like, you know, I'm just not going to say it to not curse my friend's face, but right now, like, they're frying, man. They are earning their own success, and they're close to it. They've already won that hard point. They were really dominant on the majority of the first half, and they were dominant on the search and destroy as well. You were mentioning how this was a map pick for Exile, and although I wouldn't say that they played it bad, there was a lot of situations where just it was like a cascade of interactions where one went wrong and then everyone else just slightly were falling behind, and they were not able to fight to their best capabilities. So 2-0 for Fierce, and what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
Oh,
it's
man,
now control. So
this is tough, man. This is tough. Based off what we've seen so far, I mean, we've seen a fight back from Centurion in that opening hardpoint, but that could that search or destroy. Once we flip sides, it's almost like they just folded. That defense was so aggressive for no reason. Like, this team wants you to be aggressive, and you took the bait, and you did it every single round. That's the bad part. I mean, I'm starting to see a meltdown. There needs to be a very, very, like, deep evaluation between this game, the search or destroy, and this control, because this could be your last, and this is a map that we normally don't see. Not in NA, not in EU, not anywhere. It's Hacienda that's right around the corner. Anything can happen. I think we need to look and see who's going to be on the defending side before we take any kind of predictions. It is going to be Centurion, but with the way that we've seen this Fierce team play, I don't think we've seen them skip a beat since that LG matchup, to be fair. They're still riding that high, bro.
Yeah, and they can. We saw it on Europe as well. You can take the momentum of a map and move it on to the next one. Right now, they've done it twice, and although they are quote-unquote on the bad starting side, if they continue to do what they're already doing so wonderful, they got the opportunity to get the 3-0 lead. Absolutely believe on that. So thoughts there in the chat. I want to see you all. What do you all think? You think that Fierce is going to take it home with a 3-0, or that Exile will find a way to bounce back and at least take us to a game 4? Let us know in there, because right now we're going straight into business. Verdict. We said it. Some good old control on Hacienda. The super pretty. I would say that out of the map pool, visually, this is the map that I love the most. Like, it's just amazing, man.
Yeah, this one in raid certainly up there. I think this one has raid by just a little bit, in as far as like luxury. I mean, look at this. This is a beautiful ballroom. Leads to the top side of the map. Space is already popping the 117. He's looking for blood. It's Lossy. Man was on a mission in game 1. Right now, he's gonna have to be vicious with it in order to take this dub. Right now, the B side hit is coming through. Rihan's gonna be able to get through all the way onto the fence's side. Gets called out. Losty trying to fend for himself here, as he's the only line of defense here on the B side. Needs to wait for the backups. Rihan steadily picking away at that clock. With right now that first tick of progress going through, you start to see a little bit of a backup, but is it going to stand? Reckless only able to find 1, needs to find 2 more, and boy do they line up for him. Shut down the defenders here, or the attackers here on the side. Now we're getting some map control with it as he's already looking for more in space. Oh, baby. Go Reckless.
Ah, Reckless. Reckless struggle like crazy on the S&D, but what a way to start here on Control. A 4-kill gap in favor of XI. Now looking at Losty with a shorty on enemy's territory. He begins to walk forward and finds the kill onto CODM with a shorty. Gonna reload now. The call is gonna be made that he's in here. Not gonna be enough. Double kill now, going for the triple. He knows that there's someone up above, but he's like, you know what? The shorty's working. I'm gonna go ahead and try to make it work once again, but unfortunately enough, the jump from the third row by T-Bag is going to be more than enough to take him down. But the biggest issue now for Fierce is the time, ladies and gentlemen. Less than 20 seconds left. And they're going for the spawn kills, you know. I feel like I sort of know where they're coming from, but the time is definitely going to be the biggest interaction in here, because with only 7 seconds left, every single kill that XI gets is going to have an impact on that timer. The only one there was spaced down. Timer getting lower. CODM is close, but he's probably not going to jump inside. They still have 9 lives left. Verdict. But there's not enough time for them to fight with on the side of Fierce. So, first round will go in favor of XI. Already a good sign for them, if you were to ask
Already
me.
a great sign, if you ask me. We're looking at it right here. Stout way to start your defending round. Obviously, you clear off that B site, and there was not a hit in the world that couldn't be stopped, right? We flip sides now. It's the side of Centurion. They've got to do it. They got attack 5 this time around. We'll see what kind of strategy they have come through. It's Raballo who's going to be putting his name on the line there. Losty going to be able to peel his wig back. They're trying to get this B hop. Hill is popped. There is Losty. He's going to be able to stop the clock. There goes the interaction. There's 3 on it. They are stacking, and that time is flying, homie. CODM able to find one. Here comes the hit from the backside. He's going to get called out. The corridors are going to be where he is laying himself down. Able to find the first. Only need to find one before you can stop this hit. The 2 ticks. Not going to happen, and that is going to be massive map control loss here for the attacking side. We'll see if they can double up for a little bit of an A hit themselves now as we start to see 58 seconds still on the clock. Plenty of time to make something happen here if you are the side of Centurion.
A lot of time to make it happen. CODM yet again trying to be the player to be on the enemy's back, and he's working so far. 5-kill combo. I just realized that he, you know, I'm not gonna say it, but he's playing here with his CBR. Currently waiting for the next victim, but taking a huge chunk of damage, so decides to back out. His allied still defending pretty good on the side of Fierce, but let's see for how long. 30 seconds left, and it seems like the side of XI are also running onto the same issue. The same difficulty when it comes down to trying to capture the objectives, and the time begins to go against you. Right now, there's only a 5 kills gap, but similarly to what we saw on the previous round, Verdict, I think the time is going to be the factor to settle the point again.
Yeah, I think it is. It's such a big map, too. It's like once you lose a few players, a full wipe, you're done. There's no way you're getting map control back. And it's really hard to establish that. I think that's why we started to see Fierce towards the end of that round. Last control, we started to see them trying to play in towards the spawn. If you can control the map from the spawn and keep them out of harm's way, you can get a little bit of time on the hills right here. The instance is you get full wipe, it's basically over. If you don't get any kills in the midst of that trade of you getting fully wiped, it is basically impossible to reestablish any kind of map control. And we're going to see what that sounds like now. As we're going to get geared up for our first listen-in. We're going to go ahead and dive in with the side of Fierce. We're going to give them the chance to sound off and see what kind of frustrations come out of their mouths first.
I'm B.
Top dog.
Secret. Two balcony.
Two in the balcony.
They're gonna push up lobby.
I got one. One's top dog.
No, yeah, balcony. Any go wells. Any goes well. And he's going wells right now.
I'm trying to bait him out if he pushes.
I think there's one secret and then there's one con.
I got one.
That was him. That was Annie.
Nice.
Nah, the waste of Andy he had.
Hey,
Out of fence.
Out of fence in the hut.
In the hut.
Dude, there's
I
one
got
balcony.
him.
There's one secret hall. I lost my streaks.
I killed one secret. There's one more. He's on bottom. Bottom secret.
I'm warehouse.
Yeah, they have tech fire.
Yeah, they have yeah, they do. That's
No, there's a purifier in our spawn.
I
It's
got
top
Parade,
lobby.
I got
Don't go
Parade.
through top lobby. They have a purifier. Don't go to the stairs. Go
What
around.
the fuck is this app, gang? I'm going B. I'm gonna go B.
Well, the voices of real frustration, that's what it sounds like, chat. When you're on the attacking side on this map, honestly, it might be beautiful. It is a treacherous timer right now. Reckless able to take 2 pieces for himself, shutting down any kind of push towards this B site. this might come down to the wire here in a control round 5 victory. It might be the case that we see at least a game 4 after this one.
Yeah, and well, right now, I do see that CODM finds a way to get inside of Alpha. Right now, the time is no longer ticking, but at a distance, there's Legacy. Legacy then quickly gets spotted by the anti-meta of the game of the match, which is Space, but still not going to be enough. Going to get taken down. The only one alive is going to be T-Bag. T-Bag then continues to get the control over on Bravo, but not for too long after. There's Lusty to tear him apart. The lives, though, lives are quite close to one another, and that's something that definitely Fierce can play around with if they manage to get inside of one of the objectives, which seemingly they do for a little bit. Space then from the back, gonna take a kill. The lives are gonna be quite close. The timer is still there. Okay, they're capturing. Reckless is gonna begin to push. Reckless with the opportunity to find a kill. Rehan is gonna say no to that. Then the use of the claw is gonna be perfect, beautiful, in the hands of Rehan now. And Fierce verdict. Fierce on the spree, only 2 seconds left, but the heart of a full-on team that are collectively working for it. That is gonna be an extra minute, and the lives are not there. No more spawns for XI. They've lost complete control of the round, and they are only 2 alive. That's gonna be Reckless and Lusty losing all sort of hope in here. Reckless has already been spotted. They are already capturing Alpha. Lusty is gonna be spotted by a 100-killer drone, and CODM will settle the cherry on top. Fierce playing around on the brink of the last second.
Okay.
Pull through with it and take the point on the offense.
They did such a great job of finding those kills in a pivotal moment. Is literally 2 seconds on the clock. Anything can still happen as long as you got those bodies. Right now, it's all on the side of XI. They need to go extra large here in this round. This is it. This could be the last round we see them this season. First 2 bloods coming through. They are establishing a lot of dominance on the map. It is theirs. Can they maximize on a veteran with a 2-piece? Absolutely beautiful. Now as they hop the site, that's going to stop the clock. And that's going to send us to our second listed in. We're going to go ahead and dive in deep here with the boys over at XI. Let's see if they can reel it back in.
Nice, good shit. One more kitchen. Bottom kitchen. Push the point.
He's right side on my right.
One's deep in our spawn. Oh my god, you're so ass.
No, 2 camera, 3 office, 3 office, 3 office, 3 office.
I'm gonna go for B.
One kitchen, one kitchen, one kitchen, one kitchen.
Yeah, man, we got a cafe, we got a cafe.
Yo, one more top office, top office, top office.
Hey, you with me.
Yeah, got me. Yo, open. Nice.
Open another. It's close. Secret side.
One on B, one
24-18, 24-18. We're open.
Yeah. Yo, we can go for it.
One shot bottom kitchen, one shot bottom kitchen.
Yo, bottom kitchen, bottom.
Behind y'all, bro. Don't worry, coming behind you, Stairs.
He's in the stairs.
Annie dead.
Nice.
Fucking shitter.
Good stuff.
I got fucking shitter.
Stack B, come on, stack B, come.
That's last vortex, don't push one.
Yeah, watch out. He's still.
Oh man, these boys are getting feisty. The kills coming through. We can play them very well right now. Lethal is on a spree. He is letting them have it. Finally shut down. Rapallo gonna be able to get the drop on him in top office, but Gil, this has been an epic series. Right now, it's coming down to the wire. I said it'd be close. I didn't think it was going to be this close.
I gotta say the same thing in here. 15-10, a small kill gap, but by they capturing so early on to the objective, it was just huge to the way that they were playing in here. And although I want to say that they are still really shaky in a matter of how they're communicating, it's completely understandable with all of what they're playing in here. I would be nervous as well. In reality, this is their last opportunity, or else they're gonna bite the dust, and that's why they are taking it so seriously now. Veteran pushing forward, gonna take the knock onto Revallo. 100-killer drone onto Rehan by the hands of Lethal. They gotta begin to try to push forward now. Veteran doing a lot of damage onto T-Bag, but does not find the last bullet. T-Bag managing to survive, but the call was made for Lusty to take him down. But the lives verdict are definitely gonna begin to be an issue now. Space patiently waiting for someone to walk by with a 117. Let's see if it's gonna work out for him. Yes, he does. Takes that kill onto Lethal, immediately begins to go for more. The defense on the side of Fierce getting more and more strong as time goes on, and that slight kill gap in favor of XI has completely vanished into thin air. This is looking a lot like he could be a dub for the side of Fierce, but I highly doubt that XI are gonna give it full free.
No, you're absolutely right. It's 5v5. Race against the clock and against these lives. Rehan wins 1. No more respawns here for the side of Centurion. Big gunfight 1 there from Losty, but it's a trade. Legacies drop. No Purify can save them. That's it. The beginning of the end. A 3-1 victory. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first quarterfinalists passing through to the semifinals. Hello, Fierce. Goodbye, Centurion. A journey that has led us to this point. A hell of a season thus far. Unfortunately for Centurion, this is the end of the line. Fierce going to be heading on to face off against their predecessor in that number 1 seed. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The number 2 seed. I believe that was Zygnus. No. Yeah. No, it's not. I think it's... Is it really?
Legacy,
So did Centurion not finish 3rd in the standings?
no, 30 was Seminole.
Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. That makes sense. All right, well, they will
remember
face
the
off
tie
against
with,
Luminosity
Zygnus?
then on Thursday.
Yeah. Oh, man, oh boy. All right. Well, GG's, man. I gotta say that I definitely thought that XI was gonna get that round in their favor, but we've talked about it, how complicated it is to be on offense, and it showed on the side of XI, but GG's all across the board. 24 kills. Let me tell you, 2.0, perfect 2.0 KD for T-Bag. 23 kills for Rehan, dying 15 times. These two were the biggest key part for the side of Fierce to end up with that dub. So GG, well played. Rehan also was frying here tonight, right? I think he had like, what, 2 MVPs and now top 2? Boy was definitely on a spree.
He was definitely on a spree. I'll tell you, he was about to be on a spree too. He's killing it tonight. Talk to me, Hitman Ken. We make some more predictions. You hit it right on the head earlier. You're shaking your head. I know you're excited. The boys over at Fierce, they look fierce tonight.
Hey, man, you already know I had to root for the boy. Space. Hey, rocking the AK-17. By the way, fun fact, the AK-17 has a random recoil every time you shoot. Fun fact,
Really?
the more you know. So that's why it makes it even crazier that Space picked that at his gun. But that being said, I did low-key predict 3-0 for Fierce, but didn't want to jinx it. Looks like I didn't jinx it, ladies and gentlemen. 3-0 for Fierce. What a game. But we gotta still give a shout out for XI for making it this far. You know your boy Legacy. Man, that team did really well. Every single game was close. Literally, all 3 games were close.
Absolutely.
So definitely a crazy one. But that was a fun game. 3-0 though. You know, I'm sure everyone would have loved to see, you know, game 5, you know, going to S&D, game round 11, you know, but it is what it is. And definitely a good one. But I mean, was it a shock to you guys? I think we all predicted the same win, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that this team had its glimmers early on in the season, even midway through, but towards the end we started to see a little bit more of a reality setting in, and that was that Centurion team might be great, but they're still not at the potential that we see them in a scene that's very, very top heavy, and is starting to get a little bit more progressively better in the middle of the pack too.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Well, sorry. That was the first of our quarterfinals. We'll be getting into our second quarterfinal game, Seminole versus 11, ladies and gentlemen. But before that, and before we start talking about it, let's run a quick ad, and we'll be right back after this word from our lovely sponsor. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, shout out to our sponsors for allowing us to run these tournament, MGC, Gorilla, Call of Duty Mobile, as well as Trovo. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about our final game of the night, the final quarterfinal, Seminole versus Team 11E. The last time these two teams faced, Team 11E did win. So, are we going to get Seminole winning, getting the revenge, or is 11E going to continue their dominance? Gil, what do you think about these two teams today?
I mean, there's gonna be definitely a different roster on the side of Seminole than what we're used to, and I gotta say that a few of the players on the side of 11T have been popping out quite a lot recently. As recently as yesterday, I think 11T player Jueves had a 50 bomb against Luminosity. So I feel like with the combination of those two factors, you know, I feel like there's room for us to take it on to the long run on the second match here.
No, I agree. Like, honestly, like 11E, last time I watched him play last week, we had Puedes, but yeah. Alexei was absolutely on next level when we watched that. But Verdict, we got a little different rosters that we might be used to on Seminole. Let's talk about that just for a little bit.
We'll talk about it a little bit. I don't want to give away too much information, but I will say that Seminole had a few setbacks tonight. We weren't quite ready to actually present a starting five by the start of the night. As a matter of fact, 2 hours before the broadcast, I was speaking to a few of the pros, and they were like, yeah, we're probably not going to see Seminole at full strength at all. We had one player hospitalized. We got one player who's traveling. We know who the player that's traveling is. That's Vake. He's in Vegas. He's blowing thousands with Gosley at the slot machine. He doesn't care about mobile mayhem. He's living his best life. But then we've got Slothy. Everyone keep him in your mind and making sure that he's all right. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but he's not able to play tonight either. But we were able to grant them a emergency sub. So the starting lineups will be Forsaken, Hax, Jez, Shotzi, and who is Kilo Abuser?
Kilo Abuser sounds familiar. Are we revealing it now, or are we just we're gonna keep them in the loop until we get into the game, huh?
I think if you know, you know. I think that's the reveal. You know. And if they don't know, we'll have to let them just listen in when we do listen in. If they can distinguish the voice of a goat and know who it is, and they don't know who Kilo Abuser is by the username, you know, hey, it's on them.
Exactly, it's on them. Hey, also keep in mind that Zai, typically who does play, is not playing today as well, and we see him perform absolutely amazingly. So that's gonna be interesting to see. And as you mentioned, Veg, listen, man, not only is he gambling in Vegas, he actually won that Samsung event. So man has some good money. He's like, I don't even need to play in this. Whatever money I get from this is light work. He's like, I'm just gonna go gamble all that money away, make a millions. And he said it. He sweated against Godsley. He said, I need this money. Listen, I need this money. I'm like, do you really though? Do you really though? But ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be definitely an interesting one. Gil, give me a prediction.
Oh man, I feel like because of the whole situation on both sides, an unfortunate one in a way for Seminole and a good one on the opposite end for 11T. I think that is doable for 11T to win on a 3-1 fashion, honestly. It depends on how well
you know what?
they can organize.
I never want to argue with someone who has beautiful eyebrows like you, sir. I'm finding it very difficult to combat your thoughts, but there's no way you think actually 11E have a chance of winning this one 3-1.
I mean,
way we've got Kilo Abuser in the lobby.
Well, that's true. That's true. But
okay.
You know what? I don't know, man.
It's a fair assumption. It's a fair assumption.
What about you, Verdict? What do you think?
I think this one has.
I'll give my opinion after this.
I think it's a 3-2 we see, and I think Seminole take it only because we don't see a lot of objective being played early on, and I think that's the problem with this team off the rip. Shotzi's in the mix, but Shotzi has not been very dependable. As a matter of fact, we haven't seen Shotzi but only a few times this season.
Wait, hold on. His name is not Shotzi. His name is Saiz.
Okay, I'll call him Shorty then. Whatever you guys want me to call. I'm not calling him Saiz or whatever that crap is, bro.
Saiz.
I'm not calling
to read at first.
I think it's Saiyan. It feels like it's Saiyan.
He's Shotzi, bro. Yeah. Not calling him anything else.
Yeah, we can completely change his name and call him Goku if it sounds like Saiyan.
Goku.
I'm down for that.
We don't
feel like, you know, what's he gonna do? Complain? What?
Yeah. Hey, listen, Goku's the strongest fighter in the world, all right? So that's just you know, saying good things about Shotzi in a universe. Yeah, I'm asking multiple universes because if you know, you know.
You know.
But you know what? you know. So Gil, 3-1 11. It's kind of crazy. 3-2 Seminole. That's actually pretty good. I like that prediction, but because I want to have a little bit of a controversial take, I'm gonna go 3-2. I think that's the most realistic one.
I thought he was gonna say 3-0, and I was like,
3-0.
Damn, that would be very
shot.
controversial. Oh God.
Yeah, no, but I'm gonna go 3-2. Hey, listen. I hate to bet against tech. That's one thing you never want to do in life is bet against tech.
True, absolutely.
So like, I'm gonna say 3-2, but I believe 3-2. I'm just not gonna say which team I think it's gonna be.
Did we run through the best of 5?
We did not. We did not.
Oh, okay.
I just jumped through and talked about the top 3 because of the tech. Okay, let's be honest. I talk about tech, but yeah, I mean, let's talk about the games since we're talking about it. Yeah, I said it. Well, I said it before too because I said don't. I apologize, but I mean, the chat got it. So many people said tech and thick and Thicktonic, you know. So let's go and talk about the map. Verdict, why don't you tell us a little bit more about our map? We do start off with Hardpoint Takeoff, but tell me more.
All right, best of 5 leads us to a search and destroy on firing range for game 2. Raid raid control. Sorry, for 3, 4, and 5. Not promised, but we see these teams fight it out. It is going to be standoff Hardpoint as well as a search and destroy on Summit. You might say the bans come through. It's Seminole banning Slums. It is 11 banning Aussie, and I think it's time for us to get this one on. I mean, this one's for the making. This is bound to be a great series. That we got last minute information about the roster changes. I'm just like, bro, can we get on with the show? Can we see these games now?
Yeah, I do agree that we do have some kind of technical issues, but let's talk about the maps. The one thing I do like is that these are probably some of the best maps that we have for each of the game modes. Takeoff Hardpoint, that's fantastic. SND firing range, we already know it's, you know, a no-brainer. Control Raid, probably the best control map that we have out there. Hardpoint Standoff, that's amazing. And finally, SND Summit, that's probably the worst map that we have, but still fairly awesome. This should be an interesting game, to say the least. Gil, man, who are you more excited to watch besides TikTok?
Well, that's a tough question. Besides that player, I mean, I'm intrigued to see Shotzi, because like we talked about, we haven't seen him in quite a while, so you know, curious to see how he's doing nowadays. And is gonna be against the strong team as 11T. And well, on the side of 11T, I also wanna see Puedes as well. You know, I feel like I'm curious to see those two particularly.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Puedes, definitely like a surprise entry. And you know, he joined literally like a week ago, and I would say for the amount of games, could be one of the rookies of the years. But Verdict, what about you? Who are you more excited to watch again, except for Tectonic?
Definitely got to be Forsaken. He has been the rock for this team. Anytime he's popping off and he's frying, this team does great things. Hax as well. Hax has been just on a tear this season. His comms are electric. He just brings a certain vibe and element to the game that you don't see out of every player. And then for the side of 11, man, it's very hard to deny the man Justino has been a pivotal part in both the Hardpoint and Search and Destroy. He's a walking two-piece in Surge. He has put up some solid numbers in the Hardpoint, objective time to go along with it too. And as you mentioned it too, the late entry in Puedes, yeah, I mean, he started off a little rocky, but ended up being more than positive to close out the season in the Hardpoint statistics.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, yeah, it's true. I keep trying to just, you know, last week was fantastic for that. I mean, 11, he played very well last week. I'm excited to look at Killer Abuser. Don't know who he is. Definitely a player that I think is gonna do fantastic. No idea who he is, but I think that's a person that I'm excited to watch since it's his first appearance today. Yeah, I mean, we're just waiting for this game to start. I feel like I'm hoping it'll start soon because I don't know what else we can talk about. Like, is there anything crazy that we can talk about for this game? I guess we can low-key talk about who this team is playing. The winner of this game will be playing against, is it Zygnus?
It's
Zygnus, right?
It is. Yeah. It's 100%. I'm taking a look at the brackets right now, as we saw, if you're just now joining in. First series of the night, Fierce took down Centurion in a very dominant fashion. 3-0 to be exact. They'll be moving on to face off Luminosity Gaming in the semifinals on Thursday. The bottom of the bracket, we're waiting for this one to square off and take off. Certainly, we're going to be heading over to Hardpoint Takeoff in a moment. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed, chat. Seminole and 11, the winner of this one will move on to face off against Zygnus. Going to give a huge shout out to the people who have been coming through with the gifted subs religiously throughout the stream as well. Raider coming through, absolutely a phenomenal fella. I appreciate you, Kurt. And as well as, I think I saw No Man come through with 5 gifted as well, too. So, Drozen's in chat. He's gifted already 1,000 in the span of a month and a half so far of the following. An absolute beast of a supporter. But we're still waiting for everything to square away, hash out. Obviously, we mentioned some, some things in the stream here, and we're still trying to figure it out on the back end for some teams. So we're still holding on for dear life.
Yeah, and I want to keep in mind that if 11 wins, we could potentially have a NA versus LATAM final. So that can be kind of cool, because next week, if we have 11 winning today, it'll be 11 versus Zygnus and
El Clasico.
Yeah, and then the LATAM winning going into the final, that could be cool. But I don't know. That's going to be interesting. Next week, that's going to be good. I don't know who we're going to root for, Luminosity or Fierce. That's going to be definitely interesting. But we're talking a little bit more about that going in after this game. Ladies and gentlemen,
I was having a conversation with some of the pros, like I mentioned earlier, talking about Seminole not being able to produce those starting lineups. And I broke down the brackets, and I was like, this is a win-win no matter what happens. Like, for the content, for the viewers, if Centurion beats Fierce, then Centurion's the underdog story. We've got them against Luminosity. This could be like this season we see an upset. Fierce, if Fierce wins, we get a rematch of the one of the last games of the regular season. And on the flip side, you got Seminole and Zygnus potentials, which Seminole and Zygnus have always brought in like some of the best rivalry numbers. And then you've got the El Clasico if 11 makes. So this season is a dub for North America. We're trying to handle everything on the back end. We just need this one to go ahead and start up. I don't know what the hold up is, but just start spamming that start button. Can we just like get into the action?
Can we just DQ the team that's not ready? Eliminate. DQ. Or we just do 4v4. Hear me out. Just 4v4.
What?
No, look, I did this in EU earlier, bro. I don't want to see DQ. I want to see these teams fight it out. They need to earn it.
EU and DQ? Surprise? Shocker. Shocker.
Right? Yeah.
But hey, hear me out. 4v4. Hey, we can practice that. You know what I mean? Spoilers.
There might be something in the works here.
In the works,
enough, so hey, keep your noties on for Mobile Mayhem Twitter alerts.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun. I'm excited to watch that one. But admin, it's not your fault. But come on.
Do we need to take it to a break or what?
Yeah, should we take a break? I guess the best is to take a break until we start, because I got nothing else to say right now. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. What can I talk about? Let's talk about the how lucky I am. Do you see? I pulled the lucky draw. I pulled the character skin.
You pulled the character skin and the gun.
What?
On the third pull and the emote. I spent less than 300 CP.
Whoa, in three pulls, you got the emote, the character skin. Yeah,
and the legendary gun,
guys. It's fixed. Wow. Hitman's a COD partner. Hashtag ad. Right there. And that that's
I kid you not. That's like 1 in a million chances of happening.
Yeah,
I'm lucky if I get the character skin first. I've never been fortunate enough to get the gun skin first. It's always the character skin first. And I think I've done that twice. I've never gotten all three.
I'm lucky if I don't get the card. Like I just. Jesus Christ, man, and you get that?
The only thing luckier that could have happened is if you get like the character first and the gun after, or vice versa. That's the only thing that could be luckier. What I got was probably almost, I think, the luckiest you can see on any platform. Because getting the legendaries first is cool, but then second draw and third draw, you most likely won't get the character. But I got the character on the second draw, and on the third, I got the legendary, so.
Jesus.
Yeah. That was incredible. And I thought Arif, I was even funny in the video. I'm like, chat, I know Arif got on the first time on the first draw. I'm not that lucky. And I proceeded to pull that. So that was pretty incredible, ladies and gentlemen. But
yeah, that's
well,
all.
It seems like we're told that we are going to go on a break. So hopefully We'll be back soon, so don't go anywhere. This is gonna be Seminole en 11T. Gente, nos disculpamos, pero tenemos que ir a un pequeño corte. No, vamos a intentar que sea lo más rápido posible. Se va a intentar arreglar una situación que están ahí checando los administradores. Esperemos que sea muy rápido y volveremos en cuanto sea posible.
After a few minutes of discussing, we will be starting our game. Sorry about the delay, ladies and gentlemen, but we should be getting the show on the road. Should be a very interesting series, especially with all the drama brewing. So let's go ahead and wait, do we have the game going? I thought we had it going. Nah, yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, I will leave these two wonderful casters, and hopefully we got a beautiful storyline going into this. So I will see you guys later. Have a great rest of the games.
I ain't Lil Wayne. I ain't about to drop a mixtape, but if I did, it would be a sorry for the wait one. Right now, we are here for the action. We've got 11 finally readied up. They said to hell with it. We will take down Seminole with or without the efforts of Tech being in the lineup. Right now, he is in the lineup, and slowly but surely, we are starting this one now. P1 here at takeoff. Looking to be a little bit of a feisty one, 11 now. I'm kind of rooting for them, actually. As a matter of fact, they stood their ground for as long as they could, but the inevitable was it was a fair emergency stop. It wasn't like they were out of pocket with the change. It just so happened that they had someone in the emergency room. They also have somebody that's out of town. You can't predict these kind of situations, and the person that they reach out to was Tech. I hope it doesn't make a difference. I hope we see 11 come through, and I hope we see this one go to at least a game 4, in my opinion.
We gotta agree with that. And well, so far, first point, 30 seconds, pretty much evenly distributed among the two of them inside of the hill. I see Jess trying to survive here, playing with the Krieg 6. I earlier today saw someone wondering, does anybody still uses the Krieg 6? And well, seems like Jess is gonna be rocking with it. And so far, 6 kills for himself, already rotating on to the next hill. The points evenly distributed on the first hill, but now it's gonna be getting a whole lot more interesting inside of the hill. Not only Jess, but also with the help of Forsaken. We'll try to clear this area up for the side of Seminole. Let's see for how long that's going to be, because 11 team out about to try to break through into the point. Through the smoke, there's Lucifer. Lucifer now with the chest to the ground, to the floor, waiting for them to walk by. Now he tries to be aggressive and finds that kill onto Shotzi. Saya's not having the opportunity to survive. Then that is the opportunity for Lucifer to try to find more, gets another kill. Sayas is back at it again, but same scenario, gets killed, gets spawned, and well, that fight continues back to back. You know, they are both, they got their own staircases, and they're just sending player after player on both times.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a standoff. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a takeoff. Stairs has been a little bit of an escalated situation. Shotzi now trying to rock the space loadout. He's got the 117 holiday skin. It looks good there for the first, but it's not going to be good for the second. Just going to fall victim to I don't know what. Does respawn, though, on the halfway side of the map. 10 seconds left to go. This is the map pick there for the 2-piece. This is the map pick here from the side of 11. Right now, they're trying to make the most of it. They got a little bit of a lead rolling into the secret side of the P3 rotation. Looking for those spawns to lock down as well. Need to take down Jez. He's got an operator ready to roll. And once this claw gets to brewing, it is really hard to shut down. 2 in the feed for himself, but it's Palone who gets the thumper rolling from the Holgers. Surely enough, the TAC 5s popped along with it. We got ourselves a little bit of a banger of a series, and the long wait might have paid off and paid dividends.
Yeah, the tech fight being popped at the same time by both teams, but seemingly 11 Tijal's gonna find a double, and with the help of Weathers, they're gonna clear the area up once again. 60 points now in favor of 11. The next one trying to get inside is Jess, but falls to the ground. Another double kill for Puedes. It took him a while to get things rolling, but right now, with a claw in hand, finds yet another kill now onto the killer abuser himself. Still playing with a claw, will try to go for that kill and takes it. Poor Tech is just not having a fun time against Puedes now, who just killed them, I think, like 2 or 3 times in a row now. But that was huge for the side of 11, ramping up about a 60 points lead. Now around 50 in their way. The Pred missile is going to be popped by Puedes. And, well, this time around, though, 11 is going to be a little bit late to the rotation, but among the play from Just and Puedes, maybe they'll try to get inside Lucifer with the opportunity, but he saw the use of the Vortex machine. What would happen?
Oh, it's the Annihilator that you were just talking about. Just pops it, does not get a 1 shot off, and it doesn't even hit. Nonetheless, the Grav Vortex is going to be able to find a little bit of a lining into the interior, but Kilo Abuser finding 2 in the feed, as well as Forsaken. They're combining for the 4-piece. That's almost a complete wipe, right? Well, if you count Palone coming through, contesting. That's not Palone, that was Puedes. He gets sent back to the spawn now as we got a back and forth pair. This one, clearly a little bit of a lead in favor of 11, but we've gone back and forth so far here on this hill. And just enough for a little bit of contesting going a long way. Right now, it's Jez able to stand firm on the hill. Nobody for the side of Seminole there to help him out. And 11, they're rocking and rolling here on the P4. Now we're getting geared up for a P1 reset. It's more than a 50-point lead rolling into it. And based off of those odds, you got to be favoring 11 at the moment.
Definitely. We are going back onto P1 reset, but the advantage is there, about 55 points their way. And right now, well, they're not looking bad whatsoever. Actually, on the other side, I think Hax is a player that we've talked about a lot on the side of Seminole. He's been brought back from the darkness. You know, he hasn't played in quite a while and was trying for the majority of the season, but right now he's struggling. Verdict right now, 7-16 for him. He's gonna be the weakest link so far in the team, but not the only one. For second, also 11-19. It is just not being the best game ever right now. On top of it all, is gonna be a stack 5 being caught by the side of 11. A double kill for Lucifer, almost a triple. The only one alive was for second, who quickly got eliminated. There's Tech trying to use the Annihilator, finding one, trying to go to find two, gets inside of the circle, misses the shot, but does not misses the second, finds the double onto the triple now. Oh, triple kill with Annihilator to secure the remaining scrap time of the P1 reset, but the advantage is still going to be there, you know, 11 doubling the amount of points that Seminole has right now.
Yeah, they are. Right now, they're making it look easy. As we settle over to the P2 sites, top of the staircase, it's a little bit of a standstill, a little bit of a standoff. I think 11 still took a majority of the pie after all the contests were said and done. Right now, it's the opener. It is going to be the side of Seminole to have the advantage, but slowly and surely we're starting to see a little bit of a formation. On the bottom side is Justino, as well as Alexei. They're looking to go big. Alexei is going to be able to pop the Purifier. He has not been out of Tech's radar, and right now he's just trying to play his life. Tech's still holding the quarter, not going to be able to fry anybody with that Purifier. And that might be the difference here, as we start to see a little bit of emotion here towards this P2 site. Starting to see a little bit more hill times. Justino and Lucifer, they're combined for a 5. That's a complete wipe in 11. They may say, hey, we wasted 1 or 2 operators, but we are not going to waste these, as they are yet again right back on the hill, extending that lead.
You know what? I don't even think it's been 1 or 2. When it comes down to operators, I would say that 11T has nearly gotten no value of the majority of them outside of the TAC 5. Call it the Sparrow, the Vortex, the Annihilator, or the Purifier. They're struggling with those, but it doesn't matter if you struggle with the operator, if you're doing so well with your own individual weapons. Call that the CDR, actually I think the majority of them have the CDR. The only one without it is Pelon. Now there's just with his own Annihilator. So far has not shot a single bullet in his
every time,
what
bro.
am I telling you, man?
Every time. Look, I'm frustrated. I know they're frustrated. Let's go ahead and dive in. Let's hear those comps. See how frustrated 11 are. They got a lead. It's nearly twice the limit, but it's slowly getting disappeared. We're going to go ahead and find out now as we jump in with our first listen and with 11.
Ya no tiene huevo. Otro secret.
Saquen ya.
Mira secret, tema principal. Dale. Tira el taco, no. Principal 2. Principal. Una bala.
¿Cuántos secret?
Otro más principal, Alex.
Muerto, otro más.
Buena.
Ya, hay que rotar.
Médico.
Uno secret.
Secret, me mató. Creo que fue para top, puedes.
Top rojo.
Secret. Muerto secret.
Otro más top rojo, uno más.
Una bala. Pushale, Alex, pushale.
Se tiró.
Ya hay uno top blue y uno secret. Top blue
Top blue y arriba. Top blue y ticket.
Les tiro attack.
Está top blue.
Uno P1 muerto.
Muerto punto. Ya top.
Go, P4's pop. It is going to be Seminole all over, but a heavily contested interior. We start to see Jez clear it out, though. 11 though, those comms, man, they were ready for war, bro. They would go down in the books here in this team, looking damn good. They could do it with no hell. I mean, Tech being introduced obviously made things a little bit more, bad blood for this matchup, but they have handled it like it has been a no sweat off their brow, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, I'm looking at those kills, and right now, Josh is going to the most 33 for himself. Unfortunately, gonna be spotted, but well, there's only one player who continues to struggle in this game. I would say, actually, no.
2.
I don't know what's the 17 kills for both Hacks and Forsaken, and just 11T are abusing that situation, you know. They are making sure that, well, they are taking advantage of what's going on and making the best out of it. Already with over 200 points their way, 210 to be precisely. The one inside of the hill is going to be the one and only Puedes with 26 kills for himself. Puedes now turning around, going to find one, going to go find two. Puedes now looking for the triple, but Shots is going to say no to that. That is going to be, okay, Sayas also using the 117 Holiday. He's like, you know what? If Space is rocking with it, I can do it as well. And, well, he's not doing that, but he's not doing as great as we see in Space, right?
Yeah, he's definitely not dropping 50 bombs right now. They're going to need it. They're down by 80. And only 30 seconds needed for your counterpart in the Levity to shut this one down. A little bit of hill time here on P1 goes a long way. The setup there for P2 has been spoiled yet again. Time after time, 11 has just been flawless there. Shotzi's trying to get the early setup. And lo and behold, it's more time just going to be collected. Lucifer through the smoke and through the odd angle in which he is challenging here onto the ring site now as it comes to a close. Hill time is about to be popped open for this P2 site. Justino doing God's work clearing the objective out. There's three in the feed. Finally, he does it one and done or shoots one bullet and dies instantly. It's a levity all over the hill. It's a levity all over the time. It's a levity all over the feed. Finally, two in the feed for the side of Seminole. But will it be enough? They're trying to get the contest. 5 seconds left. Lucifer and Team 11 looking to shut this one down. We don't care if you got tech. We want them game ones in the bag. This is your map to win. 2 seconds and counting. Tech and Team are still here to contest, but it is going to be enough. Not only do they just need 2 seconds, but they just need to take 2 players out to do so. They can't do it. The game still goes on, but for how much longer can they prolong the inevitable?
I don't think for too long. Like you mentioned, only 2 seconds are needed. Lucifer not even worrying about fighting them back. He knows that he can only wait it out. And the second he realized there was a distraction of his eye, like he can get inside, the fight continues, but it's just not going to be enough. You called it, you said it. 11T, ladies and gentlemen, will take the dub. Nearly 100 points gap, just completely flying over the opponents, and the well-deserved MVP will be for the player who struggled for the most part with the Annihilator, but when it came down to the CBR, was not missing those shots. 43 kills for Just, and that's 1-0 lead going in favor of the Latam roster.
No, it is. There it is. 250 to 167. It was a smackdown. It was takeoff play to a T. 11, they brought their A game. Their frontliners absolutely doing it magnificent. Those operators need some help, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Outside of Justino's the third attempt that I got to check out, outside of that, maybe who was running the claw? I think Puedes was running it, and he did some good work on clearing out P3. Outside of that, those ops were terrible. On the flip side of things, Truly. I can see why we waited for so damn long. Tech dropped 47. He hadn't played in 5 days. He messaged me earlier, and he still drops to 47 and 27. Not necessarily going to get the job done, though. It's all about the objective and the objective time. And you saw it. Latam taking this one, 11, putting one under the belts now as they take game number 1, Gil. Look, I was in between this and starting it. Obviously, I'm restarting my emulator as we speak, so just kind of creating a little bit of dialogue. I didn't want to see this one come down to a DQ. I wanted to see these two teams square off. It was an emergency sub. If it had been anybody else, this matchup would have already been into the control. Just saying. But it was Tech, and you know there's a little bit of a standstill when Tech's name is mentioned. He's one of the best players in all of the mobile gaming scene. I mean, I don't think you could toss his name in there, but with a handful of other people, and it really resonated. I think if you're talking about tiers, he is the pinnacle of COD mobile players, and he's at the top, right? He shares that space with very few. And when you get a sub like that to make an entrance in, obviously it shakes some things up and it changes people's point of views. But it was an emergency sub nonetheless. And 11 managed to take the bag in game number 1 regardless. Oh boy, we've got ourselves a little bit of a delight on our hands.
Yeah, it's gonna be getting better and better, ladies and gentlemen. Now we will have to wait, settle down, you know. Recover from all of the emotions. Winning game 1 of the quarterfinals feels nice, but we're gonna wait a start on the next one. That is gonna be Search and Destroy on Firing Range. I think I don't know if you recall Ken mentioning it, but I definitely like the rotation of game mode maps that we got in here. You know, in here we've got Hardpoint Takeoff. We're moving on to S&D, Firing Range, Control and Raid, Hardpoint Standoff, S&D Summit. I love it. I honestly love this 5-map rotation, and well, we're only with game 1, and the Levity looking really strong, and yeah. Next game, S&D Firing Range. What are we to expect, Verdict?
All right, what are we to expect? Seminole will hopefully strike back and make this one even. We want a back and forth affair. We want to see this one go the distance. Obviously, we started off on a high note there for 11. That was their map pick, though, so that was a map that they needed to win. Obviously, we're heading into a map that 11 picked. We are going to swap sides, and I don't see 5 players in the lobby as of right now. I know who we're missing, but I don't know what the case is. Are we starting to see maybe a change up? I don't necessarily know, but we are getting geared up for it. Prediction wise, I think 11 have played very well in Search and Destroy all season long. I couldn't say that about them last year at all. In the past 4 seasons, as a matter of fact, they have struggled heavily. And this team, not necessarily the same team that they produced. I think Pallone stuck around. I think Lucifer emerged as a stout starting 5 player.
Yeah.
Just has been back and forth. Alexei and Puedes. Alexei was, not necessarily a recent addition, but a player that was introduced last year, as well as Puedes. I think he was just recently added to the lobby. Has he ever played with this 11 team? Has he ever played in another top LATAM roster?
Oh, you're talking about Puedes particularly?
Yeah.
I definitely have seen him in a couple other teams, but I think this is the first time that I've seen him on a tier 1 team being 11T. I've seen him bounce between a couple of teams in the past, like I mentioned, but not really settled onto any until right now. And seemingly it's been a good change for him. He's been doing really good. So I gotta say, whenever he was on other teams, whether it was tier 2 or almost tier 1, he always was a really strong player. So I think with the coaching of I forgot his name all of a sudden, Super, it's been making him shine a lot brighter than he was in the past. He was already a good player, but right now with 11T, I feel like he's been improving so tremendously in such a short span of time. So yeah.
Okay. What is going on? What is this saying? I'm not sure what the holdup is. We're trying to figure out what's going on. Obviously, we are still waiting for this next game to start up, and that may be meaning might be taking a little bit of an extended break between the next game starting. So, we are trying to figure out what's going on in the background. We are going to figure it out along the way. We're going to inform you up to date as soon as we know. So before we start this next game, we're going to take another short intermission. Before we come back, we're going to get our heads back on a swivel and be able to deliver a well-sounded message. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back after this short intermission.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the delay. We seem to have got into a resolution. So we are going to be restarting the entire series, all right? You might hate that, but we're going to be doing 4v5 now. It's going to be 7-0 with 4 players and 5 for 11E, but we're going to restart it completely from 0. That means that we're going to have action-packed games all the way till the end. So we're going to be starting it ASAP, ladies and gentlemen. So get yourself some popcorn because it's going to be a fun one.
Oh, it's going to be a fun one, Ken. And we're going to go ahead and jump into it. We'll be releasing him from the dungeon here in a moment. Well, I mean, Gail, it feels like we've already watched this one unfold. It was a 5v5. And let me tell you, 11E kind of just like absolutely dominated Seminole with tech in the lobby. They are going to be minus tech this time. And it's a 4v5, bro. He said it's going to be action-packed. This one, I mean,
It's gonna be something, I'm sure of
Yeah.
that. Para la gente que no haya entendido, dos cosas a destacar y escuchen ambas antes de tomar la conclusión. Se va a reiniciar el mejor de 5, es decir, en este momento estamos viendo de nueva cuenta el punto caliente en takeoff y como también están viendo en pantalla, se va a tener que hacer un 5 contra 4, ¿vale? Para que lo tengan todos enterados. Se repite desde 0, pero va a ser un 5 contra 4, donde obviamente los 4 son para los jugadores de Seminole, ¿vale? With all of that being said, I 100% agree with you. They won on a 5v5, having tech in the mix for the side of Seminole. This one, I think, is just not going to be pretty on the side of Seminole. 11T should, on paper and to what we've seen, just do whatever they feel like and finish this.
Well, you know what? Something we will say is we've seen some pretty lopsided games here. Mobile Mayhem, not necessarily in NA, but in EU, and that's right, we're going to bring it up. It's that moment. We talk about the time we saw 250-0 in an affiliate day, and that's the last time we ever saw affiliate in COD Mobile. It's a 4v5, and obviously we've already gotten 2 points up. So, you know, there's no excuses here. If you're not playing the objective, PTFO in your ranked games, ladies and gentlemen, you got to play it. Doesn't matter if it's a 4v5 or not, you got to put your foot on the hill right now. P2 opening up for business. You already know it. It's Point Ace in the feed. It is 11-y all over the staircase, and they are locking it down, Gil.
Yeah, in here right now. I'm also looking at the playstyle from Pelon, which I feel like it's slightly different to what he was playing earlier. Although he's always been the anchor player, right? He's the one with holder. He's the one with the slowest movement, but he doesn't go as far as not thinking about the point whatsoever. And in this one, he's just doing that, you know? He's the player to either secure the spawns or secure a certain path, a certain angle for the squad. And, well, so far it's happening exactly what we thought it would, which is only 2 points in and already a 17-point gap in favor of 11T now.
What I will say is we're looking to see maybe if Game 2 repeat would have proven to be a little bit better of a performance out of some of these players. Hacks definitely already starting off in a little bit of a negative vibe. And hey, I mean, it's a 4v5. Realistically speaking, on a map like Takeoff, as big as it is, what are the odds we see a miracle, a miraculous one? Obviously, the odds are against them. They're stacked to the brim. 3 in the feed there for the side of Seminole. But again, it's another player to deal with, and that one player can make a difference. Right now, Tac 5 is making a massive difference. They're making some hits through. Hack's going to be able to get the clean up there as that is going to be the opener, but lack of OBJ going to be played. Forsaken trying to make something happen there. Shotzzy going to be trying to pick it up the slack, and I mean, you know, it's damn near impossible to watch at times. Just imagine what it's like on our shoot. I will say is Justino did find 3 in the feed with his Annihilator, and that's already more than he found off his first 3, or 2 to be exact, in that first series.
Yeah, 108-8. There's the pushback from Shotzzy, but quickly gets shut down. The scrap time is also going to be taken by 11T. The rotation is going to be made by Lucifer, but quickly gets spotted by Jess. Well, so far I'd say that the kills are even, but although the kills are even, we know how difficult it is to overcome a 5v4, because every single time, even if you're trading perfectly, which would mean 4-4, right? There's always that 5th player who's gonna secure the area up, right? That's the key part of this situation. Does not matter if you trade perfectly, you're always gonna be losing on the 4th. And well, I think we are just gonna be rolling with what's going on in here. Verdict is his second match of the quarterfinals, but at this point in time, it should go quite fast.
Yeah, a lot quick. First set of hills almost done. I mean, look, let's just be realistic. Do you recall the first set of hills that came through? It was 137 to the 33, right? They're putting up better numbers in the 4v5 than they were in the second attempt here in this in the 5v5. Obviously, that is not going to make a difference, but, you know, it's kind of just like a little bit of factual situation. Exactly the same amount of points. Damn near realistic as to what we just saw in the 5v5. The 4v5, the exact same. Were we expecting a different outcome? Probably not. You know what I am expecting? Let's do some listen-ins. Let's go ahead and jump in. Let's hear the comps. We heard it the first time. They were ferocious. Let's go ahead and dial in with side of 11.
P1, buena. Secret.
Top rojo, güey, top rojo, le toco.
Secret y rojo, what?
Dánsele nade.
Top blue.
Top rojo una bala, güey.
Top blue. Ey, siguen azul 1. Sigue top blue 1.
Sigue ahí, güey, sigue ahí. Top rojo también, güey.
Ticket.
Top rojo está una bala,
Top blue sigue, boludo. Pero maten el de top blue. Va a tirar el de... No, top rojo.
Bajo tabla.
Mato bajo tablas.
Cuidado el azul.
Queda top rojo.
El de azul sí, ahí,
Ey,
güey.
racha de 10.
Top rojo.
¿Quién?
Güey, está en el 10.
El 10 sigue en azul. Sigue aquí, está aquí abajo, Lucy. ¿Me pushea, Lucy? Bueno. Top rojo, aquí uno.
Top estadio.
No lo veo. Ah, no. Sí,
top estadio.
Abajo estadio.
Te va, Alex.
Te ponían cono.
All right, Gil, comm checks are in. 4v5 is ensuing, and right now we're seeing a little bit more of a fight back here out of Seminole. They're trying to get the hills broken as top side of staircase is going to be locked down for the time being. On the outskirts, we got TAC 5 in hands as well as a Holger here for Palone. They're trying to make the brute force push up the staircase. And I gotta say, the 4v5, they have played much better on the staircase than they ever did the first go.
What I'm also surprised about is the sense that, yeah, I'm sorry, I was muted there. I'm slightly surprised at the fact that, well, Alexa tends to be the player who mostly rushes for the OBJ, and don't get me wrong, that's exactly what he's doing this game, but this time around, he's also right, 26 kills for himself, doing an outstanding job right now. He's rotating for the next kill. He's got the opportunity to use Purifier. But at the same time, I do agree with you, I feel like with only 4 players, it almost feels like Seminole is doing as best as you can be doing on a 4v5, so pretty interesting to see that being the case in here. But, well, I'm looking at Shotzi, who just got a double kill now as they are trying to push from the backside on to the inside of the hill. The TAC 5 is going to be popped. The Purifier was used, but completely shut down to Forsake, and Sai also gets spotted. Puedes yet again. I feel like point 3 is the one where Puedes does the best, and, yeah, he's just trying again.
Yeah, he is. Nonetheless, 5v4 panning out. Just hitting different here for 11. They're able to keep that lead by at least 100 throughout the entirety of this game since the first set of hills have popped. We're in the second set, and it's not looking any better here. A little bit better of an effort here in the latter half of the portion of the game, but right now we're just playing for scraps, and that's about as all we'll see this Seminole roster get now. We start to see the shots coming through. Forsaken trying to take it to taking a distance here, but when you're just fighting for crumbs, it's very, very difficult to stay above the water right now. 200 points. Club is what we see. Side of 11, just running the way with the lead as we anticipate. This is exactly what we wanted. Justino popping the op. Does have one in his sights. One shot in, one shot down. Forsaken rounds the corner, catches him off guard. And yet again, you're starting to see those waves of operators here for 11.
Fire was popped finally by Alexa, but unfortunately enough, no one coming around. Finally, he hears someone, goes out, finds the kill. He hears someone else, but does not find the visual cue. Gets the assistance onto Jess, another kill onto Hacks. 230 verdict. Only 20 more seconds are needed. The TAC 5 is going to be popped by Palone at this point. It should be theoretically the last one. Maybe we can see some fight back, some pushback on the side of Seminole, but I highly doubt that's going to be the case. Palone turning around, finding that kill onto Shotzi, waiting for the next victim to get the kill, but Hacks is going to say no to that. Still bites the dust. That will be, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we see the GG, well played, and the victory royale, not really royale, but going in favor of 11T, even a bigger one than the last one, but understandably so, right?
Yeah, understandably so. 4v5, never fun to watch, never fun to cast, never fun to be a part of. Feels grimy. On the flip side of things, for 11, you're sitting pretty. With or without that 5th player, you own Seminole, and that's a good feeling. 30 and 23 there for the Alex Day. 2 minutes and 22 on the hill. Minute 11 for Lowe's for 27 to 25. We are getting this show on the road, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get geared up for game number 2, predictions-wise. They're out the window. It's 4v5. Things have changed. We might be getting that North American versus LATAM Grand Finals on next Tuesday. Beloved, cannot choke this 5v4 lead. Obviously, they take game number 1 twice in a row. We had to redo it just for casualty sakes. The results, the exact same.
couldn't have said it any better, fellas. GG's, one game down. The second one will be coming shortly. Now for real, it is gonna be search and destroy on firing range, so there is no more situations for us to settle the back. So as soon as players are ready, so are we, and we'll go straight into that business. I did see a comment earlier that there's a chance for Seminole to have a better fight on both search and destroy and control.
I don't know.
I don't.
Maybe search, but definitely not control. That ain't happening.
Yeah, and even with search and destroy, I'm not 100% positive. You know, I would say that at least these players not the most S&D oriented players. Of course, you got Yes, outstanding player. Shotzi can make it happen. Hacks as well. But historically, they're not the players that you think of when you're thinking about S&D, right? At least that's my take.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm just so over it at this point. Like, it's really hard for me to find the motivation to like stay involved in what's going on and what possibilities and what back and forth. When banter is, you know, being presented, I don't want to be fake, bro. I want to be genuine. I don't want to be able to create a narrative just because I want to create one. I want to see one unfold and just react to it. I want it to be genuine. I want it to be natural. There's no shot we see Seminole win. If it does, it's a miracle that they find one map in this game. And as we move to the search and destroy, I think this is the only opportunity. With that being said, I also saw this same team troll versus Zygnus in a 5v5 and sell the back completely in search and destroy in firing range, and they decided to play it out. It's 4v5 this time. Hopefully we won't see any trolling, because hell, you can't afford to have any kind of you know, mistakes in an instance like this, but who knows?
Who knows indeed. Right now, admins can spam that button. Still waiting on one player to ready up, but hopefully seems like oh man,
yeah.
Now we're gonna have a bit of a that's so funny. All right, it's nothing serious. It's just a bathroom.
Someone just used the bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, given the situation, it just feels funny to me, you know.
They had all the time in between the beginning of the first game and the starting of the reset of the game number 1 again, and now we use the bathroom. Yeah. Hey, look, you know what? I'm not. Look, bowels are moving at some point. You gotta go, right?
Absolutely. But, well, he's back. We're back. We're ready. Let's get into it. Vamos a ello. Game number 2, search and destroy. And I'd say we start with someone on the side of Seminole. What do you think about that?
I say we start on board with Forsaken. He put up some hella numbers in the Hardpoint second time around. He's got the DLQ this time, not necessarily used on Locust as I anticipated. Look for some of those cheeky wall bang spots. Not necessarily getting the lineups there. Jez got a cheeky little off angle as well, holding off the push. Size, aka Shotzi, getting some shots in. Jez does open up with the first blood. Actually makes it 2 to go now. The A side, is it open? Is it free game? Is it fair? We'll have to see. Just peeking through, does find one. Jez is on a burner right now. He needs 2 for the ace. Can he find it?
Lon and Lucifer. That area, they're just patiently waiting, you know. There's literally no rush for them. They are trying to spot any sort of rotation in here. I'm not too sure if Balon is gonna spot anyone, but I feel like they're just trying to secure it where they can. You know, they've lost one member, so they don't want to lose the next one. For JS, as you mentioned, with 3 kills, definitely on a bit of a spree. Will clear the A-long path, and the bomb carrier Hacks can have a freebie when he finally decides to go for a bomb plant, which I feel like he's ready for. So pushes forward at a distance. There's going to be Lucifer, who already noticed that they're planting the bomb, and he is scoped in, but he's not going to see the head just yet. Bomb is down, waiting for him to pop out of there, but not going to spot him yet still. 35 seconds on the clock. Verdict, and Pelon is finally pushing forward with a Holger, but at a distance he's still an enemy. He was not comfortable with that gunfight. Less than 30 seconds now. Pelon still slowly walking forward on the middle of the map, unaware of what's going on to his surroundings. He's gonna get spotted by Jess again. You were talking about that ace, and well, Lucifer gonna be on his own. Lucifer gets spotted by for second. No ace, but still around. Seminole Verdict are gonna take the initial point in their way.
There we go. First round in. Jez opens up with a nasty 3-piece. 2 in the feed before 11 can strike back, and nonetheless, they get the bomb site wide open for the free ski. Play on the regain on the back burner as well. They got to regain here now, as they are constantly down here in search of destroy in a 4v5 situation. We'll see if they can make the most of it 2 rounds in a row. Backside hit for Lucifer. He is not slowing down. He is putting the pedal to the metal. Whiffs 2 shots in a row, and certainly should have been free ones at the very least. Nades are going to get chucked. Tries to get the tactical out. Everything with the kitchen sink was thrown before he died. Certainly, though, he does drop Forsaken and Jez. They're last alive. Forsaken holding his ground. Does get 1 shot to land. Able to double back for some back alley clearance. Well, he's got a little bit of room back there, but not enough here in the top side of wood as we start to see a little bit of a aggressive push up for Alex. He's looking to close this one out in a dramatic fashion. He does not want any more casualties. Puedes doesn't want... He wants the same thing. Obviously, Jez is being able to hop himself out of the wood site. Into the trailer he goes. Lines up that shot, and now it's doable. 1v2 with 50 seconds to go on the clock.
Biggest issue being the bomb, right? Completely out of position for Yes, and as you mentioned, really doable on a 1v2, but the thing being, they know where the bomb is at, so they're just waiting for him to take the bait. They are just waiting for him to walk the walk that he has to make, and well, in order to do that, he's gonna find 2 11 players completely settled for it. He's now going forward on the top of wood, has not spotted anyone. Gonna pick up that CDR from the ground, but surprise, surprise, to the right. If you don't check that corner, you might find an Alexa just thirsty for a kill. That's exactly what happened there. They're gonna even numbers out, but verdict 6 kills for Jez, huh? Not bad.
Yeah, 6 kills for Jez, not bad. You need everyone to fully participate, though. Hacks and Shaiz, a.k.a. Shotzi, a.k.a. Shorty, a.k.a. I don't know what the hell you want to call this guy at times. Shotzi does bite the bullet, first one to go inside the trailer. Jez there for the first blood, though, so the trades are there. -1 player, though, as we are seeing this 4v5 ensue. It's a tied-up game now. Puedes from the top side. Oh, boy. Spots him. Jez not missing there on the second shot attempt. And with that shot, we're going to be equalized. 3v3 stop. Minute 30 on the clock. Bombs in the hands of one of the players here for Hacks. Looking to get the clearance here for the B site. You got jungle controlled. 8 kills on board from a guy, Jez, who has absolutely been clinical with the shots. May have to throw his name in there as Sniper of the Split in that category. I don't know if we're even doing awards like that anymore. We'll figure out what we got going on as the season progresses. Obviously, we're still in the quarterfinals, but not a lot of time left. Minute left. They made the clock rotation over towards the backside of B. Pallone does get the intel, and you can see Lucifer's coming there for moral support. He's going to actually stop the bomb, too. Get some damage in, get some bloods in as well. Looking for the 2-piece. He's got it deagled up, homie, and Hacks. Now the last player alive needs to find 3 kills, and he has found 2 of them so far. We've got ourselves a 1v1.
Yes, sir. Plenty of kills. Double for Lucifer, double for Hacks. All of a sudden, it's a 1v1. First shot is going to be missed by Lucifer. Goes for
he
the
had
second and
0
misses again.
kills coming into this round.
And now he got 3. Okay, well, that's a 2-1 for Seminole. A bit of a surprise, but I don't know, man. It's been... I feel like the early stages of these rounds have been weird to 11T. Purely because they're defending, right? If they were on offense, they can more safely just go to a bomb and go all deep in as they want. But in here, I feel like that's been in a way the issue. I'm still not enough of an excuse. They should be doing better. But I feel like once we flip spawns, we are gonna see slightly more control on the side of 11T. But for the time being, 1-for-1 kills being traded. And now Lucifer.
God.
Oh my God, that shot!
Did you catch it from Lucifer's? That is just the most terrifying thing I've ever watched in COD Mobile.
Yeah.
Like, he's spectating this long sight, and all of a sudden you just see a Jez bunny hopping across the screen, and then you're absolutely erased. Holy hell. How frightening it must be for some of these 11 players to wallbang on Alex, say, to top it off there is the shot through. That counts as a wallbang. He caught him as he was jiggling out the door 2v1, bombs going down. Hacks making sure that is the case, but Pallone might be on the trail there. It's not hot, it's cold, it's hot again. As he does find the first, but Jez, he has no idea where he's at, and look at the rotation. It's perfect lineup. It's the armory shot. And damn, Seminole might be just doing it. I said the 4v5 might be where we see a victory here for Seminole. But you mentioned it earlier. We still haven't flipped sides yet, so...
You know, what I'm noticing here is that Jess has achieved it. 3 kills per round. He's got 12. It is just wild to me how good he's playing right now. He's going to be pushing through A-long once again with a sniper. This is the first shot. Tries to go for a wallbang, not landing just yet, destroying the trophy systems. And the push has been done. Hacks bomb in hand will be planted right now. So, no kills yet, but 45 seconds on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Bomb is down now. The aggression is going to be down from just patiently waiting. He's going to pick up that CDR from the ground, tries to go forward, along with the first blood onto Hacks, but as long as Jess is alive, still got to be cautious, still got to be careful. Forsaken with a kill, Size with a double. Just though, going to clear that path, 2 versus 2. They could even try to defuse, and they are doing it. Oh, but the kill comes through. Ballon realizes that he's not going to be safe. Defusing now, 15 seconds on the clock, and they are just playing with his enemy's mind. Ballon is trying to be aggressive, but he's just not going to happen. Verdict 4-1 lead for Seminole. 4-1 lead on a 5v4, and a big part of it definitely has been Jazz, but now both Shotzi, Hacks, and Forsaken trying to keep it up as well.
Yeah, they are. Just trying to keep up with the man, though. Jazz from the 76. He may not be averaging those 3 kills per round, but he's putting up much needed numbers here in the beginning of this one. The hit marker there on Tuedes. Hello. Can I wall bang it? Absolutely. It's bangable here in firing range, search, destroy. Obviously not going to be good enough for the kill, but the tag unknown is going to force Tuedes to back down now as a reposition. We're looking for a little bit more aggression out of this team. Jazz, though, even through the reposition, he's going to be able to find the kill. Tuedes, he has you tagged. Now you're bagged. We'll see you next round. Last round here on the attack. Jazz can do it all here. We're going to have to see a little bit more of a backpack, though, if they want to win this one. 4v5 for long haul. We flip sides. Things are different. Look at the nade shot. Well baked. He's just anticipating the movements right now. If it was a dance, he would be all over it, man. What are they, tangoing right now, Gil? Is this, what are they, a salsa? I don't know, man. This is just a different bred Jez that we're seeing. And 11, he just don't know what's hitting him.
How can they know? Like, it is wild. You said it earlier with that kill onto, I think that was Joss. Those jump shots are so clean. Another kill for Forsaken. Hacks is going to be taken down, but there's still a 1v2. Lucifer on his own. 35 seconds on the clock already, taking a little bit of damage. Goes for the 180 play, but he knows that he is also going to find someone in front of him. I don't know why he tried Rocky Balboa with that, but it was not the move. Still a 5-1 lead for Seminole. The switch is going to happen right now, Verdict. And I'm not too sure because, like, theoretically, yeah, that's going to help Levante. But with a 5-1, you know, a couple mistakes and you're out.
No, a couple mistakes, you're right. Only room for 2 mistakes in 2 rounds to be exact now. Through the wall, not going to happen, but through the smoke it does. He pushes through and emerges. Hacks still with the 2-piece. Hacks with a 3-piece. He's going crazy. Just now the last man alive. There are only 4 players in the lobby here for the Seminole team to repeat the challenge. Just better in that instance. And now we're starting to see a little bit of a comeback. It's on the back of the man himself, Justino. Does he have the ice in his veins or Forsaken to get the perfect hot timing in the wide open, gunned down like Ricky? Not able to clear the alley there. Not able to clear P1 site. Not able to make it out alive. And we are on map point. What's that? Seminole? They're beating the hell out of 11 in a 4v5. This isn't happening. This isn't reality. Someone pinch me. This isn't real.
Yeah, this cannot be real whatsoever. Look at that aggression now coming down from Hacks. Already onto enemies' territory, onto enemy's spawn. Still pushing for more. He's going to go straight into the jungle. First blood for Jez. There's Hacks from behind, but Just was there to prevent that rotation. Shotzi with a sniper shot onto Pallone. 3 versus 2. Double now for Shotzi going for the triple. Lucifer is going to say no to that. Forsaken on his own. 1 versus 2. Maybe, like, the opportunity is there for Levante, but I just don't know anymore, man. Oh my god, the headshot!
Oh my
onto
god!
Just what even? Oh, poor Joss cannot catch a break, man.
Boy, 8 shots down. Will it hit? Almost does. No joy though. The intel's there. Forsaken.
Shot.
God damn. What did we just watch? What was that? That was a brutal one. 11, he beat the hell out of Seminole in the hardpoint. Seminole returned the favor in a 4v5 style. They pub stomp them here in the Search and Destroy. It's a 7-1, bro. And it wasn't even close. Man, the thing for that number was certainly Jazz. He started off on fire. My guy, last time I checked, he had 15. What did he end with, Gil?
I don't know, 20 probably? No, 17, okay.
Oh, man.
I mean,
Holy
17 on
hell.
only 8 rounds?
Yo, 11, me personally, I wouldn't take this, but that's just me.
I wouldn't let that slide. Like, yeah, man,
I mean,
man.
woo!
Yikes! we were talking about hard watch on the hard point. I can pretty much say the same thing now on S&D. What was that, man? What even was that? I mean,
well, I mean, look, chat's starting to catch up. King said if he clutches, I'm closing his stream. We'll see you later. We'll see you later, Kings. I hope you enjoyed it while it lasted, homie. We're moving into this control game, all tied up 1-for-1 in the series. It was a beatdown for both sides. Both are, I mean, they're bloodied up, they're bruised up, they got black eyes, they've got, bandages on their arms. Somebody's walking away. Right there after that last one, it certainly wasn't 11. Oh my god, dang, son, there's no way you get bodied that hard in a 4v5. I don't know. How do you bounce back and what do you do? Just beat the holy crap out of them in the control, and we're like back to being even.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how it works, but admins, don't start. I've got to restart my emulator, so we are going to take a moment to take a look at the best of 3, or best of 5 before it starts up. Where are we heading, Gil?
Well, we've already seen a hardpoint on takeoff. We just witnessed Madness Search and Destroy firing range now. Game 3, control over on Raid, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I don't know what to expect. Of course, I think it's more manageable to win on control than it is on hardpoint for a 5v4, but still, I would say that I want to say that it should be for 11T, but then Seminole is doing really good on the S&D. Seminole is also going to be starting on the blue side first. That's the thing, I don't want to call it too early because you might get a surprise, because it's not only that they won S&D, right, Verdict? They dominated the Search and Destroy. Like,
yeah,
it was,
they did.
It was nowhere near.
I will strip every article of my clothing if Seminole win this series. Every bit of it live on stream. It ain't happening, bro. I'm sorry. That was a dynamic Search and Destroy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've never wanted to see Seminole more than tonight.
I am not getting naked on stream. That is how confident I am at 11 winning this one.
I don't care. I'm just gonna I want to forfeit one map, man. I'm just kidding. But
11, you don't need to throw here. This is I'm getting a little bit of an error message in my emulator. Just for reference, we're repairing dynamic elements as we speak. So we're about 50% done now, as things are starting to get heated up and intense. And if we see 11 sell the back here in a 4v5, might get even hotter and more intense. Obviously, nobody wants to see Verdict naked. We want to see what we came to see, which is the 5v4 panning out. That shouldn't even be a question. That hardpoint, that's exactly how it needed to be. That search, it's forgivable. Okay? It's forgivable. No, you know what? I can't. It's not forgivable. Okay,
7-1.
It's 7-5 is forgivable. 7-1, bro. I don't know how the hell,
7-1, man.
Bro. I just don't know how we are able to forget about that one. Hopefully, it is the fact that we see the control go exactly the way for 11D. We see them bounce back here and they win 3-0 fashion, put it behind them. So currently sitting at 65% repairing dynamic elements. I had to restart my emulator. If I don't, the game crashes. If I do, I get error message like this. So I apologize for the wait, chat. We're still waiting too, by the way.
Yeah, it should only take a couple more seconds, and I mean, actually, hopefully by the time you're back, like, players are ready, because if I'm being honest with you, there's a couple players who have not readied up, so it's not even up to you now, no more. There's players who are yet to place that green tick mark, and, well, it is gonna be, like we mentioned, control on raid. They are defending first, you know, there's that pool site, the ring site. I don't know, man. Like, as time goes on, I feel like it's manageable for Seminole if they play their cards right. Right? Like, it's not gonna be easy, but it feels like it's manageable at this point, doesn't it?
I don't think so. I think we're overhyping this situation. I think the 7-1 was a dominant affair, but there is no way we see a control victory in a 4v5. It's impossible. Right. It's hard enough to spawn in with 5 and do it. I mean, you do have the defending side, which is a great thing, but let's be realistic, man. There are some angles that you cannot afford to just let go, especially on a map like Raid that is kind of a toss-up, right? It's a toss-up. Like, there has been equal amount of opportunities for the attack to win rounds as there is defense. Is there really an advantage in a 4v5 on the defense side? Think about it. And I'm back. We're ready to go.
Yeah.
On a map like Takeoff, no. We're completely sleeping on 11E being the best control team in all of Mobile Mayhem. I don't think we've seen them lose a single map in control. I think they beat Seminole. They beat Seminole in Takeoff on the attacking side the first round. Recall that. Remember that? That was early in the season.
Oh, yeah. That was, yeah, absolutely. Well, then there's that. It's over. We're not going to see Verdict Naked, and I'm not sad. You're sad. What are you talking about?
Yeah. You guys aren't sad. Shut up. Y'all don't want to see this old dad bod.
Oh, man.
Y'all couldn't handle it, bro. Hey, look.
Man. Ready up.
Ask the boys over at LG. The boy Verdict is jacked. He is not just a flabby old man. Ask Solo. Solo's a big guy. I'm also a big guy, too. Don't let this cute martini shirt fool you guys.
So it's a good shirt, by the way. I like it.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Appreciate it.
All right, we got a game. Let's go. Let's get it, fellas. Game number 3. Control Raid. Let's get into it.
Oh my god.
Why? Oh,
my
no.
game crashed.
What?
Ain't no way, bro.
I mean,
I got the emulator. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got the emulator. We're gonna go ahead and fire it up. All right. While this one's loading back in, obviously, I've got to cue in the sounds there. Game's starting to load back in on the emulator, but we are still here for the control action. 11E, the best team here in all of Call of Duty Mobile for North America region. Yeah, I don't think they've lost a single control game. I have to go back and redo the statistics, but nonetheless, here it is. It's starting off with a little bit of a fiery hit there onto the B site. But slowly, we're starting to see a little bit of a comeback here for the defense now as they are trying to stop this B cap from coming through. But ring control, it's really hard to establish back any kind of map control once you lose it.
Yeah, definitely agree. Well, 2 ticks off of Bravo, and they are already rotating through the side of the laundry room. I see Just already pushing in, turning around. I don't know why they think someone spawned inside of the laundry room. They literally came to that side, but does not matter. 2 minutes on the clock. They've only lost 2 lives so far on the side of 11T, and they're pushing for more action shots to get a kill, but gets killed himself. Now the opportunity has been brought up on the hands of Lucifer, who knocks down Hacks and is immediately gonna push through that window, but quickly gets spotted by Jazz. The call out perfectly gonna be made, and the fight continues. The Pred missile is gonna be used by Lucifer, and as he gets some intel as to where the opponents are at, does not manage to find a kill, but look at the players over in 11T. They're trying to go for a spawn trap, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
It's not working. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's not. Hacks, the anti-spawn trap warrior, able to fight off as long as he can. Now Saiz, he's trying to pick up slacks. Lucifer, they got the hit. I mean, this one's personal, right? You don't want to win this one on takes. You gotta set a message here in this game number 3. You just got the pulp beat out of you in game number 2. You need to beat the pulp out of these guys. You need to punish these guys. Spawn in, we'll kill you just as quickly now. They got the spawn trap activated. Ain't nobody trying to touch the hill here. They want all the kills. They want all the smoke. And Puedes, he just found a 3-piece right there, and he's going to continue to reap the bodies as he catches Shotzzy there as he drops. In the feed it goes. They want blood. Guess what, Gil? They're getting it.
They are absolutely getting it now. There's someone inside of the bar, and he's got a drink for you. Lucifer just finds that kill, and immediately pushes for more, takes the double. He is looking for the triple, making it happen, making it rain onto the opponent. Jess is now frying. That 7 kills gap has been reduced to only a single point because of that outstanding collective play by the whole Seminole team, doing a great job in here. Not only the kills are even, but the time is getting smaller, is getting shorter, is getting hotter now. I feel like so much focus onto the kills has been a bit of an issue, but they don't. I don't even know if this side of Seminole still cares. They're still going for the kills right now, 10-8. They're getting a couple more. There's another kill for Lucifer, the clean path for the control inside of the hill, but is yet again not enough. They're looking for those Forsaken with the double. And now Justice gonna help them out. 7-6. One take already taken, and the second about to be brought up to the hands of Alexa. Alexa waiting for a purifier with a purifier in hand, but he decides not to use it, and because of that, he's gonna be killed. And verdict, that's a 5 for 5. No more spawns.
No more spawns. Luckily enough, there's not 5 players in the lobby for the side of Seminole. Did we think about that one? Doesn't matter. Lobby's gonna be, or game's gonna be, round's gonna be over. It's gonna be the cap that comes through with 11 seconds, plenty of time to do so. They had the bodies, they had control. They had the name of the game under wraps in the first round. Successful. The attacking round strat comes through, and it might have been a little personal in the middle of things, but they got the job done. Now we're going to switch sides. We're going to start to see Seminole now. What kind of hits have they got up their sleeves? Does look like we're going to be jumping right into the pool. A little hot round, way to cool you off. Let's go ahead and jump into it and see what they can do. Now, here's the hit over towards the A site. Pool has been successful. Uh-oh. Who's staking it on their court side? It's Just. He gets one, but he's done. Just has not been the most impactful player here for this 11 roster today, especially not here in this control. 3-8 so far.
Yeah, this control has not been it specifically for Just whatsoever. 3-8, just struggling like crazy right now, going through the B side. The defense not as clean as 11 would like that to be the case, but still fighting. I'm looking at the minimap, and that 100-killer drone is going crazy. You see that?
That thing is.
Or is that just me?
I see it too. That thing is in the air, bro. That thing has been in the air for just, I don't even know how long. Is it broken? Is it ever going to come down? I think it's waiting on Pallone. Oh, there. Oh, what the? Is it glitched? I thought I just saw it like die.
100% glitch was going. Oh man, I don't know what's going on. It is what it is, man.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You know, something's always happening in these games, and if it's a 5v4, I appreciate it. You know, we need something to keep it fun, to keep it entertaining, and if it's got to be a drunken 100-killer drone, let it be the case. You know.
Yo, imagine that thing stays up in the air for as long as, well, look, it's just, you can see it on the map. Look at, Shotzi's perspective. Oh, it finally fell. It was literally just dangling in the air. It was bugged. That was one crazy paper plate. Whoever made that one, certainly, a freak of nature with, physics and aerodynamics. Obviously, we're starting to see a little bit of this round, unravel. Seminole have done a great job of managing to keep it close. As a matter of fact, they might be able to put the finishing touches on it. Over at the A site, no. Jez drops and so does Forsaken. That is the only... Oh, not Jez, I'm sorry. But Hacks and Forsaken drop. And they're not going to be able to get the job done. Now as the ball is going to pop, time is going to be stopped for the time being. We're going to see Jez fall victim to the vehicle explosion, question mark?
Yeah, 100% did, man. And, well, I mean, a minute left, one tick left in favor of Seminole, and this 5v4 not looking that bad, but now there's Joss, who struggled a bit with Annihilator earlier, but right now, he got a double kill with it. He's looking for the next victim, going into the door of the kitchen. Sees a few shots being fired, misses the first shot, goes for the second, misses again, and Shotzi's not gonna forgive him for that matter. The lives still getting now closer and closer to 0. Forsaken gonna take a kill. Forsaken looking for more. There's a lot of aggression coming down from Shotzi. He takes that kill onto Lucifer. There's a few score streaks that are available for them, and if they use them, they could win. But at the same time, do you want to save them? Do you want to use them? Do you definitely want to win it all? Right now, once again, we got a 5v5, no more spawns, and this is where stuff gets interesting. Shotzi taking a little bit of damage. Moving forward, Lucifer with the kill. Through the smoke, they're not going to be able to see Puedes, who takes that opportunity to take down Shotzi. 5v3, Jez with the kill onto Jaws, but the call is made for Puedes. He knows that there's someone above him, but the time, man, only 4 seconds left. Puedes just holding his ground, waiting for someone to walk by. Jez does get the kill. Still not going to be enough. There's not enough time, not enough players. That's a 2-0, and 11 closer to the victory. Man, it's like... these 2 rounds have been closer than what I was anticipating, and that's exactly what I was afraid of when I said that 11 should win it, you know?
Yeah, this is it. Seminole still keeping it close. Levity, though, they have found success twice in a row. We've done dial-ins and listen-ins with Levity in the past. Here in 2 games in a row, we saw them win Hardpoint. 4v5, 5v5. They're just better. Takeoff, just better map for them. Right now, they're doing it good here on the attacking side as well as the defense. They've got 5 players, and that advantage has held them at the top of the line now for the time being. We're going to go ahead and jump in. We're going to see how hectic and chaotic those comms are. Can they close out this round and close out this control? And more importantly, keep Verdict without having to lose all of his morals and strip down to his skeevies. We'll find out now as we jump in for a listen-in.
Nada más capturen ese y ya, güey. Hombre, güey.
Ya lo vendieron, güey.
Ay, güey.
Vamos laundry, venga.
Saco mi arco.
No tengo un trophy.
No te pongas enfrente, no te pongas enfrente, boludo.
Están en kitchen, ¿eh?
Man, I wanted to stick in and stay in there for a little bit longer, but those comms were drab. My guy. I think Gil is still there, bro. I did not want to listen to anything after jumping in there. They sounded like they just got beat 7-1 in that search and destroy, and they did not, like, let go of it.
Mm-hmm. No, like, it shows. It shows. They're not happy about what happened on the search and destroy. They're not happy, I'm sure, for what's going on so far here on Control. Yeah, they're winning, but the mentality is not the best that could be. Now, Pelon is going to find a double kill because not only Just, but also Pelon has struggled so far this game, but Pelon on a bit of a spree, finally gaining a little bit of momentum. The defense is already broken through Bravo. We saw that earlier, but the time is only a minute left. Once again, it feels like 11T are aiming for a spawn trap. And at this point in time, like, you gotta begin to wonder, is it actually worth it to go for those spawn traps? Of course you want to show off. Of course you want to say, like, you are the man, you are the player. But if it's not working, it's not working, right, Bertie?
No, you're absolutely right, Rob. Obviously, these rounds, they have been won, and that's the most important thing by 11E, but they have been relatively close. Right now, we got another relatively close. Things are starting to get a little out of hand, though. The defense now starting to run away with the lead. They got a 5-count kill advantage. Like I say, finally ends the hemorrhaging, puts up a point, but nobody able to get across the line there as the 50-yard line has been set. It's been shot right in the middle of the map. If you look at it, that pool stairs are literally the 50-yard line. You got to get across into the end zone right now. You got to make a shot towards this backside of the pole barn with the trades coming through, and it's favoring the side of Seminole. At what point do you stop going for that spawn trap, start establishing a little bit more map control? Pelon wants a massive gunfight, and that might be the floodgate being open here. 3 players looking to hop the hill. One second of progress done. Is it? Is this the round we see this one close out on? Or are we going to see 11D fail by lack of contribution to the objective? It does look like the second tick of progress is coming through. It's 2 bodies on the hill, only 1 now.
5's 4 for 4. The tick is gonna be taken. They cannot get there fast enough. The closest one was Shotzi, but he's just a few meters short. I'm sure that 11T is still not happy about it all, but it's still a W nonetheless. A 3-0, a 2-1 overall series in favor of 11T. That's a GG well played, but I think you're right. Like, I'm not too sure what's going on with Just. You know, I feel like he's usually a player to have an impact, but at least on the first 3 games, it's just not being the case for him whatsoever.
No, not the case. I mean, in the spirit of competitive play, maybe he's just not feeling this series. Maybe he just feels like, hey, I'll just take a back seat. You guys can carry me. I don't want to be involved unless it's an even matchup. And that's the kind of competitiveness I would expect out of a player like Just. And, you know, I can get it to an extent. The control, you didn't really need, you know, you didn't really need to slay out to win the rounds. You just saw the player advantage. You just kind of like lean and crutch on that, and that's how we see 3 rounds in a row. Wasn't very convincing, though. At the end of the day, though, a win's a win. It doesn't matter if it's an inch or a mile. We've learned that many a times in many of games of past. Almost doesn't get the job done. You got the job done or you didn't. And there, 11 he did. So looking at the post-game report, Hacks put up a hell of a number. 25-22, 20 and 16 for Jez as well. On the flip side of things, you've got Lucifer with a 23 and 19, and Puedes with a 20 and 15, 17 and 15 for Alex. We're heading now over to the Hardpoint, which could very well end the night for us, Gil. In that control, you said that, you know, Seminole had to win in order for us to kind of see maybe a potential for a Game 5 and maybe a win going in favor of the boys over at Seminole. Does that pretty much, is that an open-close scenario now? Can I keep my clothes on?
Why would you ask it like that?
I don't know. Look.
Anyway,
let me tell you guys,
yeah.
if it's not interesting to watch a 4v5, it is certainly on the flip side of things not interesting casting a 4v5. That search was dynamic, but watching games like rounds like that, like what could have been, what should have been, but in reality, what happened was you got beat. It's a 4v5. You don't stand a chance in respawn game modes, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. And, well, moving on to stand-up. I think we should, in theory, see more of the same. I just want to say, continue to say in theory, because there could be a surprise or not. It shouldn't be the case, but just, you know, making it sure that I'm safe in that department. But anyway, everybody's ready. We are ready as well, Verdict, and so is the people. We're going to game 4. We're going to this Hardpoint over on stand-up, as we all know, 5v4. And well, I think we should give a little bit of screen time in for Just to see if he can manage to, you know, slightly try to redeem himself for the day.
We'll see if he can redeem himself. Right now, I just saw as I spawned in, he is spawned in, but he is not moving. There he goes. He is a little late to the party, a little late to the show. Kills coming through. It is back and forth fair right now as we battle it out here, duke it out here on the P1 site. It's the control on towards the control site here. That's not control. This is Hardpoint. Verdict. Get out of that error. Right now, the gunfights are going to be favoring the team with 5 and 11. They're running and gunning.
Indeed, the control is going to be there. The pressure is in. The pressure for Seminole is completely shut down. Now, the feet completely painted in yellow, pure on gold on that side, and barely any kills on the side of Seminole. And I just had the weirdest deja vu. But anyway,
share, please.
At this point, no, like I mean it. I feel like I've already seen 11 play a 5v4 against Seminole or something. Yeah, I don't know if I'm tripping or something, but maybe last year when we had another Seminole. Either way, you take it away.
Yeah, man, I hate when we get those mad moments like where we think, hey, I think I've been here before. I've had plenty of those, just not about this series. So, round the corner, Hacks is going to be able to find one inside the gas station. We go, Alex. He is the protector of the gas station site. He's locked it down, and spawns, as predictable as they are here in Hardpoint on standoff, they're about as predictable as they could be. Now, you're either spawning one of 2 to 3 different places here, right? Maybe it's 2 places in P2. You're either on the side effectively and farm. If you're the opposing team trying to get the break, you're either gas or you're the backside of P4, right? And there ain't no mix about it. Right now, the gas spawn's coming through. It is going to be the read here for the side of 11 now. So you've got the spawns in on the bottom side of the map. That is where 11 are spawning. You already know that they are spawning gas too. So tucking their tails and heading for the hills. It is going to be Seminole. They are looking for the new setup. They're looking for a party in Big Blue. And this might be an opportunity. If they get the right setup, this might be some time for them to put some points on the board.
Yeah, they're getting plenty of kills as well, and right now, Alex is the only one closest to the vicinity. He does get one kill, but gets spotted by Hex through the wall, gets the kill. And you called it perfectly well. The initial hold is going to be for them, but let's see for how long. Lucifer through the smoke will try to go into the hay and try to go for a surprise, but the Tech 5 seemingly was popped on the side of Seminole. And why is no one inside of the hill? Right, finally they send someone in. The only one in the vicinity is going to be Balon through the window. Ooh. Gets a jump shot and takes a kill and a double. Alright, well, it didn't happen. I feel like could have been dealt with differently, but still a 5v4. So it's been, I think, even more dominant for Levante than what we saw on the first map, right?
I think you're right. I think it's even more, as obviously you see the scoreline. It's not a pretty sight. 135-7. First 3 hills in. It's fine to see a break, but just like that, the numbers prevailing. Justino says, I shall have no part of you making any attempt to come back. We saw what happened in the search and destroy. We do not want to see another one. Obviously,
Justino's so proper while talking to Jalen.
I know, yeah. I mean, look, his name is so proper as well. Obviously, we do not want to see a Game 5 if you're a lefty. That is anything far from what you want to see out of this series if you are allowed to let go to distance. Not only is losing a 4v5 just not happening, but going to a search and destroy where, I mean, we just watched a 7-1. We'll talk about it for a couple more minutes before, you know, the series ends. But right now, things unfolding. P4 setup is going to be pretty prim and proper for the time being, but Purefire almost changes that with the shot of just one little burst of flames. Surely it's Justino able to clear the walls there and get the breach. It's going to be a lefty right back on the hill.
Yeah, Justino, as you mentioned, 4 or 5 kills with that Annihilator. No, 4 kills with it. Still has 1 more bullet in the chamber, but the timer is going to run out, but the control is not. Control is still in the hands of the side of 11T. We are nearly moving back onto the P1 reset, and nearly 200 points will be granted to the hands of the LATAM roster. Now, I like the strategizing on the side of Seminole. You know, they're constantly trying to rotate early, but we've seen it earlier. It is just so difficult to fight back in this situation. I'm also quite surprised by how often this Tech 5 has been popped on the side of on the side of Seminole. It seems like it's definitely been really beneficial to them, but not really when it comes down to the OBJ time.
No, it's not. Not fun. We're going to go ahead and listen in one more time. Last time for the night. We're going to jump in with side of 11. Not going to even get a chance to jump in the comp for Seminole. It's a sad day. Surely enough, it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and see how they sound now as we do our first listening with 11.
No, en la caja de blue. Ándale. Medio. Es un blue.
Una más mid.
Una, punto dos, son 2 en punto.
Dale,
Otro más, el otro. Bueno, lo sé.
Otro más,
Roto tocado.
Just.
Ay, bro.
¿Hay granis?
Hay unos granis, ¿no?
Creo que sí, le puse con puños.
Factory. Tocado.
Muerto.
Hijo de perra.
Hijo de perra.
Oh my god, I think that was the grossest thing we've ever heard on stream. Yes, that was a loogie, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that was just. What the hell did he have in his throat?
A la bestia, yo casi escucho el pulmón a mitad de la llamada. It was just wild what we heard over there, but man, I felt like it was distracting enough for them to lose control of what was going on, bro, because like this area has finally been granted in favor of Seminole, finally finding a collective and undisputed control here inside a factory. But at what cost? Of the side of 11, now being the ones rotating sort of first onto blue. The first kill comes there for Hax. The next one in there is Jazz, but quite far away, so 11 should get it first.
Yeah, they should get it first, and that's the absolute thing we should see. Right now we're starting to see a little bit of a sweat mode activated for Seminole, but is it just a little too late? 200-point club already racked up there for the side of 11. Seminole, last-ditch efforts forsaken. Popping the ante, does find the first one now. As we see the rotation through bottom, blues, not a safe place to travel Unless you've covered all odds and ends of Justino, he is doing it dirty. 3 in the feed there with his. Here comes Swedace. This is where this shall end. He is on the inside looking out the window. You cannot come up top. There's a party here, and you're not invited. Seminole, not on the RSVP list. They will not be moving forward after tonight. This is the end of the line for them, the end of the show. Shotzi, there for the contest. Justino, there to grief yet again. 8 shots being tossed. Looking to hop out the window, too. If anybody jumps in, they are surely going to be baked. 20 seconds, not even 20, it's 10. This one ends here. Gil, goodbye, Seminole. Hello, 11. We've got ourselves a LATAM semifinals for Thursday. And surely enough, that is it. 250 to 87. It was a good run, Seminole, but your journey ends here.
I feel like each of these games had something to be entertaining. In the ones in the past, it was a couple plays here and there. On this one, it was just about to cough one of his lungs out of nowhere. It was just wild, man. But yeah, GG's, I guess. 3-1, you said it. LATAM Clásico for the next one that is gonna be on Thursday. So make sure that you I was gonna say you sub. You should sub, but I meant follow so you don't miss out. But for now, that was it for 11T. But before we end with it all, I think we gotta hear also a couple of words for the man, the myth, the legend of Mr. Hitman, the Hitman himself, right?
Absolutely, Hitman, talk to us. Best of 5 leads us to a game 4. That search and destroy was a heartbreaker, though. 7-1, holy hell. Woo, oh, boy, they spit on him. But that was it. That's the best I got. Ken, it would be great if we could hear you.
I was wondering why you guys weren't answering me.
Yeah.
But no, that was a crazy S&D game, to be honest. Like, Jazz was, next level. Hey, you know what? Gil, your prediction was right. 3-1, Gil.
I mean, not the way that I was expecting it for it to happen, but yeah, you're right. Jesus Christ, you almost made me choke on water, Birdie. Damn it.
What? Am I that funny? I'm not even funny, bro. What the hell?
Hey, you know, Jesus turns wine into water into wine. You just spat out some wine there, so.
Oh man.
Wait, we had wine? I didn't get wine.
Well, I mean, he turns his own water into wine.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Or Jesus Gilmania.
Jesus Gilmania Christ.
Gilmania Christ.
Gilmania Christ. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for today, right? We have our semifinals on Thursday, same time, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a fun one because I don't know which game's going to be first, but I know we have 11 versus Cygnus, and then we have Luminosity versus Fierce. 2 very strong team, a North American semifinals and a semifinals for LATAM, and then we're gonna have a NA versus LATAM grand finale the week after. Pretty impressive. I mean, obviously it's not the way we expected 11 to end. Nobody likes watching a 4v5, but at least we did have a interesting SND game, right?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, bro, it was interesting. I hated the way that Seminole had to go, but hey, you know what? It's the end of the season. You've got to play your 5 players, and you don't have a 5th player, bro. It's just unforgivable, man. That's on you. Yeah,
that's on you. I do agree. Actually, you know what? It's on Vague. Why'd you have to go to Vegas?
Yeah, you know what? Why are you living your best life, Vague? Yeah. We're stuck here in the quarterfinals. Yeah. We're not going to the semis, Vague.
Yeah, I don't care if you made more money than if you won Mobile Mayhem, okay?
Doesn't matter, okay? It's about the drive.
Yeah, it's not the truth. Anyway, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to be it for us today. I mean, we're going to be back. I don't want to spend here too much longer for you guys because I know Verdict has been here for a while now. So shout out to all you guys for watching. Shout out to LATAM, to NA. Shout out to the staff with having to deal with all this situation. Shout out to you amazing casters for being so great. And shout out to who else? The sponsors. Again, shout out to our sponsors, which we'll run an ad before we end here. But shout out to our sponsor, MTC, Call of Duty Mobile, Troll, and Grilla. Again, wouldn't be possible without them. And we will see you guys, at 8 o'clock? Is that when it starts, Eastern time?
Yes.
If you guys want some final words, go ahead and say something.
Final words.
Go ahead.
Something.
Final words.
I'm done.
All right.
Yeah, I'm done as well. Let's go. See you on Thursday. Woo!
All right. See you guys on Thursday. Have a great night, everybody.
Later.